A white man calling a black man a it's hilarious.
Pause. You was about to call that man champagne poppy.
Math, the battle rapper, was punching. You know what I'm saying? How dare you get on here and start podcasting and not start punching niggas? Like,
how many people do you have to scam to get a garage like that, though?
If I pay you this amount of money, the team is looking at you different.
Us media people, but we act different when our name in the title.
It sounds like he's trying to save his ass.
That's exactly.
That's all it sounds like.
It sounds like a bunch of bullshit, honestly.
I saw that fall. It was top 3 funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. It was right after he got shot.
Yeah, guns out. Okay, here we go.
Oh,
stakes are up.
Who has to go back to the gayness?
Ow, people. Welcome back. This is Homeroom University, the podcast where we talk about other podcasts as a companion for your favorite. I'm your classmate, Tone Groove.
Jay Noblez.
AJ the Menace.
Yes. White man behind the boards.
Already.
Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Yep.
Yes. We are in the building. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking. Hope y'all having a good week. You know what I mean? If you're going through interviews, hopefully they went amazing like mine did. You know what I'm saying? Not to be braggadocious.
Right.
But hopefully y'all having a good week.
Welcome back for another week. My bad. I just got a random. But welcome back. Another week. We're here. It's kind of hot today. So let me just what I was kind of thinking last week's show, I had said, and I take that back. Brilliant Idiots. I was thinking this, but he confirmed it. Charlamagne was like, the end of year for media is essentially almost over. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the major corporations, radio stations, once Halloween is over, they pretty much, they got Thanksgiving, they're getting 3-day weekends, and then December, you're damn near off the whole month of December. So media and just content normally kind of just slows down.
The windows down.
Because you remember, even as Brilliant Idiot listeners, we might not get an episode for 3 weeks, but we're looking for the mashup episode that they drop.
Yeah.
Where it all kind of slows down.
The best moments of the year.
Right.
I never really paid attention to those.
You never fucked with them?
Those are amazing,
the compilation joints? Nah.
Man, I used to. They stopped doing them, I think, honestly.
They were good, though.
They were fire.
I only like the ones when it was made by other people.
Oh, I never did. I never watched one of those.
Yeah, you're not always the best curator of your work.
No, that's a whole fact.
But it was whatever. It's mashup.
But long story short, when Charlamagne said that, it confirmed it for me because I was like, it did feel like it has maybe become a little bit harder to put topics together, and if it's slowing down, niggas are slowing down and shit like that.
Yeah, but there's always things going on. It's always
things
thoughts
going
in your
on.
brain.
But that makes me but pretty much right when it felt like it was slowing down, nigga. Tasha K, Joe Budden, Adam22, everybody's just like.
So you saying you was in a creative slump?
No, I don't think I was in a creative slump. There wasn't nothing. Niggas needed something to eat off of, and there was really nothing to. It wasn't the nigga. It wasn't.
So you can only eat what's in your environment.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm a predator. It's a little light out here. The animals are famished.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The niggas left for the winter. They haven't
been coming to the watering hole. I'm waiting, nigga.
Hell
you know what I'm saying? And that's felt like what had been happening. But it's like
They said there's no gazelles out.
it's none. But it's like I was just telling Lauren yesterday.
Famished.
I said, niggas been getting dry, but boy, the streets got something to eat off of. Tasha K just been dropping 30 everywhere she goes. Joe Budden's dropping 30.
Yeah.
Adam22's dropping 30. You know what I'm saying?
The calm before the storm, brother.
If it ain't y'all, it's like the media's like, let me just remind these niggas what's really going on before the end of the year happens. So
Literally, I was talking to him on the way here. I was like, I'm surprised that we still be having stuff to talk about on this podcast.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much drama and turmoil goes into this.
Yeah, bro. And it's like, even before we start, this just dropped like an hour and a half ago. This was not on the notes. And then the other one that I just saw Chigs drop. So we'll go over both of those.
Shit is fake.
But I feel like it's only right to start with Tasha K. Because I feel like she's had
Black
the biggest
women.
She's had the biggest story, and it's just the most interesting story all week. You know what I'm
And
saying?
black women come first.
Yeah,
always.
Of course, always.
Nigga.
In every regard.
Study the greats.
Whoa.
No matter how chocolate your nipples are. You gotta watch the Patreon.
You been reading my journals?
That was the Patreon episode, yeah. But Tasha K.
So I was in this.
All right, I'm at the end of the game.
She had Hershey Kisses.
All right, can you mark that too? All right, y'all ready? All right, so Tasha K went to the Adam22 show, and this is already after a little bit of turmoil that she's been having because she recorded a Joe Budden podcast that because of Joe Budden's affiliation, these are all alleged things that are going on, but maybe because of conspiracy. Because Joe Budden's affiliation with Cardi B, he won't drop the Tasha K episode. Long story short, Cardi was throwing her weight around and pretty much snuffing Tasha K out. So in the midst of that, since he's not going to put it out, she decided to go over to No Jumper, linked up with Adam22, and they did an interview, and it was about an hour and a half. I'm not gonna lie, Adam was going crazy. Like, she was going crazy. Adam, that might be some of the best content No Jumper has produced in the last couple months. Yeah. Easily. Like, that interview was great. Because I know Tasha K, but I don't know Tasha K. But
she kind of pops up every now and then.
Yeah. She pops up every now and then.
Like when it's Earth Day.
And even in that, and I'm glad that he kind of went back and kind of did her history, even though she's been out here for a while, because I've seen her name, I'm glad he went through the history so that I was able to get a real grasp of who this person was. You know what I mean? So that was nice. And then she does this shit. Like,
it's good
she's
to
really
see,
out here, bro.
Because I never really seen her. So like this was my first time seeing, all right, what's her talents? You know what I mean? Like, what does she do? Yeah. And, you know, she was just talking shit with Adam.
Were you thoroughly impressed?
She was just talking.
I was thoroughly impressed. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I was thoroughly impressed. And then, bro, this is like Adam, that interview he did, that's like golden era Adam. Like, we haven't seen that we haven't seen that Adam in like a year or two, easily. Like,
what drugs do you think induced that state?
Talking about with the Tasha K?
Nah, just to get that lane of Adam.
Well, this is the biggest thing that I was thinking about. I think there might be a certain amount of damage that has happened to No Jumper where niggas that would give him content like that, we're not going to No Jumper. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that's what's really messed him up, because I'm telling you, the reason I bought into No Jumper originally, and which was in like 2016, 17, I think, is because this nigga was interviewing the most random people I ever seen. Like, and all the interviews were straight conversations, even though we were getting the whole thing, but they were all good. Like, I learned about like A-Track, Kanye West DJ.
Yo, Adam was kind of like Greg Popovich.
Yeah, it was just like the most random people, but it might have been people that I loved at one point. You know, cool kids pop up. I'm like, this nigga got the cool kids, and we're getting a 2.5, 3 hour like this nigga. These niggas, he's hitting the points, but they just talking and like,
you know, yeah.
So it's like we haven't seen it, and I think that's because, and that was all early Adam. But as the brand, I think their image has declined in the masses
for sure.
Even if you don't know everything that's happened, somebody can say, "I got an opportunity at No Jumper." And the only thing they've heard is negative, and they'll be like, what the fuck, nigga?
Once you get called racist, it's hard to, get niggas back.
Once you get called a couple different things.
A couple different things.
Vlad doing okay.
No, but think about
he still gets black people.
And Vlad fought through that though.
Yeah.
Like there was definitely a point in time when niggas was trying to like end him. You know what I'm saying?
You think that's eased down right now? I don't see too much Vlad slander.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just because it's like he's 20 years in, right? Like
I feel like Trap Lord Ross gets the energy that used to be towards him.
It's a little different. Vlad's a little different just because Vlad created something that helped everybody first. So he was like extremely loved until we saw the beef, him trying to cultivate beef for DVD sales and shit. Yeah. That's when it was like what the fuck? But then it was just, bro, that time period of just like black culture or I'll say hip hop culture for sure. When World Star Hip Hop came out and became a verb or an adjective or whatever.
World Star.
Was it adjective?
Verb, kind of. Well,
that verb's an action.
Yeah, verb's an action.
Some shit.
Now,
adjective. Yeah.
Now it's probably a
solid letter.
Person, place.
Yeah, it's a
person, place, a thing. Whatever.
Automatopoeia. What we talking about?
They were talking about vowels.
Yeah. But long story short.
But those
days
DVDs,
early on the internet when niggas realized they could just do wild shit, sell out, whatever your moral compass was, you could do some ridiculous shit, go viral. And maybe make a couple 100,000 off of it.
It was like early. It was like early boom gang.
Early, but it was just going viral. Period. And hip hop was just crazy.
Beefing with niggas through DVDs. That was my favorite shit. Like Max B on the corner.
And you know what's funny?
It's like the
with shades on. It's the most legendary.
𝙭𝚃𝚃 the Kid, underrated.
History,
every video with 𝙭𝚃𝚃 the Kid is.
I'm
amazing.
glad you said that too, because I have a note from a couple weeks ago where I wanted us to like go through and like kind of cover that era of media because it was fire. But let's not move too far off. But the long story short, the interview was good. I think people just don't go to Adam, even though he's capable of tapping into this bag that he can get into. Yeah. But
it's like it's like you hear like the Shade Room talks about a lot of people, but they'll never go there.
Exactly.
And, Tasha K.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like she's a very warm person.
Yeah.
Like, she's a beautiful bitch.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Inside and out.
This is a black woman we're talking about.
A married black
She's a
woman.
beautiful woman.
This is a married black woman
who
we're
is
talking
married.
about.
Yeah.
You know, committedly. You know,
Yeah.
she loves her husband.
Yeah.
You know, and she
better-
dissed.
They really
She
covered
praised her husband while dissing Cardi's.
Going crazy.
You know
oh
what I
my
mean?
God.
She was just
Look,
surgical.
I like her, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I didn't
She's a
realize
beautiful
I didn't
person.
realize how good she was, and she was talking that shit that I like. Mind you, even in this interview, I can understand why I was never a avid watcher, because she's like, I cover the messy girl shit, period. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like,
She's a chatty patty.
yeah, and then she's like, but it's not even chatty patty because she's a woman. She's like, I'm literally gossiping about bitch shit. Like, that's what she said that in so many words during this interview, and I was like, this is why I wouldn't watch it, because
Exactly.
every day I don't want to hear about a relationship or what. I don't want to hear a bunch of female
Yeah.
problems.
Whose titties are fake.
But
Yeah.
I did subscribe to it today still, just so I can hear, because I was so impressed with how she was cooking.
Yeah.
Just didn't miss a fucking beat. I was like, I gotta see what the live show is hitting for, and she's the same way, shit
And
cooking.
her with Adam is like the perfect combo,
You
because it's
realize-
like they level each other out,
and that's
you know
another
what I
thing
mean?
And they
too.
have
You-
a mutual enemy.
and they're
that
both.
that
yeah.
helps, but even if we don't get to that, because we're gonna get to that point, but even if we don't get to that, it does also remind people what level Adam is at. See, this is some advice. This is the level that you need to be working on. Like,
Oh,
but the
shit.
problem is, it's like, I don't know how many Tasha K's you can get in here. Like, these are like specific people. Like Tasha K at some point in the interview, he was like, how many topics do you do? Or they were covering like how do you work your flow? She said, yeah, I look at all the topics for about 10 minutes before the show starts, and then I do a 2-3 hour live, and I go, and I'll probably do 30 topics. I remember all of them. She was like, I do this. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like a rapper saying he'll write, but then he's in the studio and it's a different thing?
No, because hers is, she does live shows. She's doing that for real.
Do you believe this?
Yeah, I believe it, bro.
Yeah.
And there was nothing, everything she was doing in the interview led me to believe that she could do it too, because she was cooking.
Yeah.
Like, she was answering the questions full in detail, firing back. You know what I'm saying? Getting her questions off. Like,
Good retorts.
The niggas they were going crazy in terms of that was grade A podcasting right there.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, and it's funny too, because last week I was just shitting on Adam for his shitty content. He got
But
one.
this is what happens.
He got
You're
one.
You know what I
only
mean?
as good as the last game you played.
He got one, and it was a lot of months.
Yeah, yeah.
The nigga was shooting blanks.
But you
And
have
it's
to go
like-
through a creative slump to get through the.
You do. You
know.
gotta go through the shit to get to the shit.
Yeah.
I don't think he was even in a creative space. That nigga was fighting daily battles.
Yeah, he was.
He would go on the
Yeah.
internet and plead his case like he
And
had
then-
a judge.
And then as he's fighting these battles within his employees and things of that nature, his wife advancing in her corn career, people are like at the same time are saying, I don't even want to go there. Like, it's embarrassing for me
Yeah.
to be there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you've developed this skill, and now none of your peers that should be politicking with you want to politic with you
Exactly.
on camera. Because I'm sure they might have some sort of rapport off camera, but niggas ain't pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we was talking in the car. It was like, yo, his wife got a favorite BBC. Like, that's
yeah,
crazy.
that is crazy.
There's
yeah.
a dick she dreams about exclusively.
yeah, dog.
She
So,
has
yeah.
a favorite one.
But overall, yeah, I did think it was good. Is there anything else that y'all picked up? Because then we're gonna go into detail next. Like, I just wanted to do an overall review of that episode.
Man, beautiful person. If y'all haven't watched her already, man, go check her out.
But all right, so let's see. All right, so while Tasha K was at the No Jumper interview with Adam22, she took shots at literally, I feel like nobody was safe. Like, she took shots at Joe Budden. She took shots at Cardi B. She took shots at Jason Lee. She took a savage shot at Jason Lee. Like, I've timestamped and like marked all the areas. But this whole thing, like,
She got something against light skins.
you think that's what it is? Well, yeah. Bro, I mean,
3 in a row? Could that be coincidence?
And Nick Cannon, if you count him, he's a little cocoa butter.
He's a little,
yeah,
he's a little
yeah.
brownish, but you
But-
know, it depends
she
on
didn't
what
really
light
take.
he's
She
in.
kind of took a shot at him, but it was real friendly though.
He's a butter pecan type.
Yeah, it was real friendly. It wasn't.
Nah, Butter Pecan a little light.
Aw.
Pause, nigga. We do not
But-
classify niggas' skin color like this.
Butter pecan. Yeah, that was a little
More like a cocoa butter.
was a little crazy.
All right, so yeah, let's go to this. Let's go to the Joe Budden. Joe Budden is a woman beater, because I mean that's where the premise of this
Yo,
this spicy conversation got it cracking anyway. You know,
she said, man, this nigga kicked her in the stomach. Well, she said like, man, this nigga, you know, kicked her in the stomach and she couldn't have the baby. Woody whoop whoop.
Yeah,
and
right,
then
right.
she recanted the statement. Almost, she was like, well, you know, that's not the truth, but
she cleaned it up.
Yeah,
she cleaned it up. But
because she knows how to now.
She knows how to now. We're gonna get to the lawsuit as well too, and I think it's only fair that we just revisit it later and just talk about the lawsuit.
Yeah,
because I do find it interesting after hearing what she's saying that like she might not have lost if she just had better lawyers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And it's possible.
And it's possible.
She said her retainer fee is $5,000, and even I know that's like, nigga, what?
What the fuck? Cardi B is suing? Nigga, I feel like I should at least be $500,000, 100,000 in.
It's not even Cardi B. It's Atlantic at that point. It's her.
Right.
It's
yeah.
Who's really paying?
You have a real machine coming after you.
And don't you always say that when you lose in a team sport?
What?
We lost because of my teammates.
Yeah, but in her case, it really feels like that. Just off the monetary value, I can't believe you lost at $5,000 compared to.
But she took accountability though.
It's not a teammate. We had the most important teammate. We fucking
yeah.
The person that takes the last shot.
Yeah,
she's the coach.
Owning up to his own words. We're black media. We're not supposed to be friends. We're not supposed to have industry colleagues to the point where it affects the work. When it starts to affect your work and your judgment, when a BBL starts to fuck with your mind and your dick and you make bad decisions based off of outside aesthetics and you ignore doing the right thing, but when the BBL turns around and tries to say you kicked babies out of her stomach and broke ribs, now you want the non-BBL bitch to speak up for you. This is the type of nigga that Joe Budden is, and I honestly regret sitting down with him and giving him that one interview that would shake social media so bad that it shook his fake ass in that lace shirt with his belly sitting over his dick.
Called him a thick bitch.
That he did exactly what the BBL told him to do, because just like every other weak ass black man, they choose ass over bills.
Consciousness of the coochie.
Now I want
that is the most black
this.
woman statement ever.
It is.
Yes, angry, black, bald head.
Yeah.
That's what I want you to clip. And I honestly regret giving him the interview that I should have gave that cracker Adam22 when he had the intelligence to read my case, instead of me sitting down with a black man that is supposed to have my back when I'm supposed to have his back, when Latino women are out here saying that he's breaking ribs and kicking babies out of their fucking stomachs.
Well, then like
you want the black woman to come sit in court and picket for your bitch ass. Don't play with me.
She took her earring off
in
succession. Like,
yeah, it fell off. I thought it fell off.
It was
they
so
were
smooth.
egregiously big to begin with. I can't believe that they stayed on.
They're Afrocentric.
She's going crazy though. So it's like this is the live stream that she pretty much.
Has she lied yet? I don't feel like she's told a single lie.
Go ahead though. I think there's like a little bit more.
All right, this Ack is talking right here.
You think it was the ass
don't worry
that
about
got
it.
Joe Budden did not
No,
post it?
I don't. No, I don't think it's that.
That's a reach.
Yeah, I think it's a reach. But at the same time, I think
I don't know.
it's a clever angle to like hold
Joe-
on to.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Does Joe seem like the type of nigga that just melts for bitches?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know about melts for bitches, but a certain style of girl, for sure.
Yeah.
He likes them Hispanic.
Yeah.
He likes them at the little third world.
Brown
He
paper
likes
bag
him,
test.
he likes him crazy. He likes him unproportional.
With body enhancements.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
discussion before.
For sure. He does have an archetype, which, for sure.
And he's not a nigga, he's a nigga. You know what I'm saying? We gotta really
State manner.
make sure,
Yeah, because like I mean,
Keep
look,
that going.
and that's the thing too. Like they be trying to clown. I mean, like he gets praised for not being industry. Not being industry. I'm putting all this in quotes because it's like
it's alleged.
It's alleged because he's saying that. But then we're dealing with a situation where he won't put her interview out
Just a little industry-ish.
because of the industry thing. To where it's like
we do have to truly understand why he did it though, Because just her being famous, of course, we can run with the he's industry narrative,
right?
But he might have got scared. Like Cardi B might have called him and been like, she's actually lying about this. I could sue all you niggas for this. Sick the dogs on them. Sick the lawyers on them. That's a different case.
Yeah, that's true. But you can still take those parts out that would hold you
liable for anything.
That would hold you liable for lawsuits.
But it sounds like he had to take so much out of this. It's like, you gutted it to completion.
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
I genuinely just
he
doubt
definitely
that.
has to take off all the shit about him punting babies out of her stomach. That's got to
He's
go.
definitely gonna take that out.
Yeah.
And it sounds like she said it multiple times.
Yeah,
She
this
said
is
it 3 times.
This is something she's created for his storyline in terms of that story.
I think she used to be a marketer, and you could tell. Like she's good at like just saying shit over and over again, hypnotizing the mind.
She was a waitress. She worked in the bar industry, I think. She said.
Oh, so she know. Yeah, she know how to pimp some.
Yeah, for sure.
That sells.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, do y'all feel like he should definitely be dropping the interview?
I think so, but I think it's because he's close to Cardi. He wants to be close. He's not close to her, but he doesn't want to be X'd out of the possibility of going to these events or whatever.
You think going to the events or keeping the door open for the pussy?
Well, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that.
I think he doesn't have a shot, right? Like realistically.
No, I think that's just the last thing that's on the nigga mind.
I don't think he cares about that.
She's married. He got a girlfriend.
Yeah,
like,
I think Tasha K is just she's mortal enemies with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Like two people who are like,
she's mortal enemies with Nicki too?
Two more light skins.
Might as well be. I'm pretty sure she talked about how.
I wouldn't be surprised though.
Wouldn't be
I
surprised.
Because Tasha K, I can only imagine what she says about Kenneth Petty. I know this shit's probably crazy. You know what I'm saying?
What I mean?
Yeah.
So
they probably
she's
don't fuck
mortal
with each other.
enemies. It's the fact of being mortal enemies. Like it's different if y'all dislike each other.
But then that's the thing that comes back to the whole real media is supposed to put this shit out. You're supposed to put it out. You're not really supposed to have like.
I never really looked at Joe as that though. Like,
I never looked at it either, but I started. He went to the God podcast or the God podcast.
What is that?
The new one.
It's
not new, but
Yeah, I don't know. It's a podcast that I saw him was on recently, like last week, this past week. But
who are the pundits?
I can't remember his name. But long story short, that's what he was saying. He was like, we all know you for being non-industry and really keeping it real. And even Tasha K was saying she went under that premise thinking that he was that nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
That I can actually come to media, have a real conversation, and this is guaranteed to come out. You know what I'm saying? And then she's also said multiple times that this is probably like her best interview. Like that shit would literally like break the magazine. The Adam22 one kind of fucked the internet up for a day or two. You know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine it on that level. And apparently she was saying shit that has us all looking at the case differently. I never read the case, to be fair, either. You know what I'm saying? So the paperwork is out there. You know what I'm saying? So
nobody's just interested enough to go find it.
Right. At least I haven't been up until now. I heard about her losing it, and I was like, oh shit, niggas are like
losing defamation cases is hard to do.
That's pretty real. Yeah, it's pretty hard to lose a defamation case. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's pretty hard to win one.
Yeah,
so it's like
sorry ass lawyers.
Either sorry ass lawyers or she was really saying some crazy shit.
And it's crazy. She said she thought Joe Rogan was real. Like this nigga starred in and produced Love and Hip Hop. Like
she thought who was real?
Joe Budden.
Oh yeah.
This nigga starred in and produced the show.
I mean, but he does take that approach with the way that he operates, and then like it's supposed to be that. Like when he interviews people, he asks them the shit, but he does it in a manner.
The nigga don't have ads. That's as real as it gets.
Yeah, but that is a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. If we're just looking at that.
Joe Budden always came off a little corporate to me.
But then
he ruined. He kamikaze too many corporate gigs to come off that way.
That's his thing.
Legit kamikaze. Yeah. So
he don't fuck with that shit.
I never saw him as corporate, but that's pretty much what it comes down to. I just think there's like an actual expiration date. That even though he wants to be no media, report honestly on everything. It's like because he didn't put this out. It was either too damaging for him, which
is what I think it is.
Which I think more of that. I think there's less care about Cardi. I think it's more about you asking me questions about you say, oh, you talking about when that girl was kicking a baby out that you kicked a baby.
Yeah.
Like that's just
and
I don't
just
even want to
remind
that's some shit you don't want to remind people.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's a punchline.
Yeah, but she's already said it so many times that it doesn't matter at this point. The fact like if she never went somewhere else or on live and said it reminded all of us of the whole kicking babies out the stomach thing, it'd be one thing because then it would just be snuffed out.
That might get him demonetized, right?
I don't know. Kicking babies in the stomach, it sounds pretty PG for YouTube. Like,
what?
Yeah.
It sounds pretty PG. I have no problem saying that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just. I feel like
it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it rolls off the tongue, and it feels pretty safe in terms of monetization.
Part of his excuse was he was saying that something else that happened to Cardi. Was it the mic thing? Or not the water? That water thing? She threw the mic at somebody? And then
I don't see where that's like a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, she was going through that, and then I think they were shitting on her song, her latest song. They were
that's really the biggest thing.
Yeah, they were shitting on her song.
He just said he didn't like her last song.
Yeah, and he was like to say this and then drop this.
She complained about it.
Yeah.
Like, why would you say that? This guy doesn't like me for some reason.
But then then he was like, damn, well, I shouldn't even drop this shit now. That's what he's saying. But I don't know.
So Cardi,
I think,
crybaby.
Low key, I think Cardi be working that emotional card on niggas.
That's what it sounds like.
Because on the
she's a stripper.
Yeah, and it be working, and he's an avid purchaser of strip. Like
they're made for each other.
He's literally known for that.
The trick.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much. Joe Budden is known for being a strip club nigga.
Yeah.
5 days a week, 4 days a week, 3 days a week, weekly for 52 weeks out of the year. You know what I mean?
Like he's at the bar ordering lime waters and shit. Yeah, he's just there so casual.
Yeah, I can't be here getting drunk every time because I'm here all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
knows everybody that works there.
That I never thought about it from that angle, but that might be playing a little trick on him too. And she knows how to work it. The best strippers know how to work it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by the pussy. That's what got him. Maybe not the prospect of actually fucking the bitch.
It's just the fact that she know how to talk to niggas to get shit.
The aura around her womb.
Bro, they said during the whole defamation case, she got on the stand. Was it? No, it's not that. It wasn't. She might have got on the stand and cried, I think.
I don't even know.
Same with Meg Thee Stallion. They were like, even when other lawyers were commenting on the Meg Thee Stallion case, they were like, when she got on the stand and cried, nigga, the jury was like, fuck, it's over. You're going to jail, bruh. It's like, it broke
Cardi
half the...
B?
No. Meg Thee Stallion. But I think Cardi B cried on the stand, too.
That's how powerful a woman's cry is.
Yep.
Yes, Cardi B cries on the stand during her testimony. Exactly.
Sharon Festival, cries on standard STD defamation
It's like
case.
a man's version of that is doing what Wax did, singing the national anthem.
Yeah, pretty much.
We got to be talented.
Yeah, so, yeah, bruh. So, yeah, she knows how to work that to get what she needs out here. So, snuffing out the Tasha K interview.
She's been abused so much in her life, she could cry on command.
He kind of does have to put it out, though. But honestly, he shouldn't have done the interview if
it was going to be this issue.
If there was ever a case that it couldn't come out.
Mm-hmm. You don't know.
You don't know?
You don't know going in that this shit is going to go horribly wrong.
You underestimated your opponent, though. Like, okay, so, yeah.
He might not have thought of her as an opponent.
And he might not have
which was
that's underestimating.
Pretty much, essentially, I'm rocking with Tasha K just off her skill right now because I didn't realize how formidable of an opponent on the microphone she was. She's an opponent. It might not be your style, but she's going crazy. You know, like she's quick or whatever. So he might not have realized what he was walking into and realized, oh shit, I got to bob and weave in this conversation.
I was about to say because it's been times where we interview people and we told them like, yo, we don't edit nothing, so please don't say nothing that might incriminate yourself or have your bitch hit you.
Yeah,
so and niggas do exactly that.
Yeah.
So it's like we gotta fucking do extra work. So she could have just been belligerent.
She could have been
talking out of her tongue.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it sounds like she did for 2 hours.
It doesn't sound like that to me because when she describes it essentially like the Adam22 interview where it was a good interview from start to finish. They just covered deeper and better topics on the Joe Budden show.
She also dissed the whole cruise. They was like, yeah, man, them niggas don't. Did we watch that?
She said she turned them into good boys.
But she was she was like, them niggas don't do research. Like her and Adam was going back and forth about that.
They both said that. Yeah,
like, man, them niggas suck.
I mean, pretty much
not well read enough.
She did say that because even when I did watch that Adam interview, like it was hard to watch. I just didn't like. It was like, oh god, this is annoying. This is like it was so unorganized because you could tell niggas didn't do the research. And that is kind of frustrating. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's frustrating as a watch when the research you could tell hasn't been done once that conversation starts going. You know,
like we're supposed to be watching a finished product, and we seeing you construct this shit live.
Yeah, man.
These are thoughts you should have at least 4 hours ago.
Then it's crazy.
Even at least 30 minutes ago.
It's not the first time you're going through them.
And it's different when it's like 3 or it's 4 other people that you're supposed to share research, nigga. Like one person has to do it and just say a couple things, tell the team about them.
So it's kind of crazy. So I think he should drop it, but then at the same time, I don't know what happened, but it's like there's so much allure around this episode.
Yeah.
In terms of, do you not want to put it out because of Cardi B? Do you not want to put it out because she
His
cooked
relationships,
you?
man.
She cooked and not only did she cook you, or just not only Cardi B, but just relationships.
Yeah.
But or did Tasha K cook 4 motherfuckers in one room, and you're like, hell no, this would destroy my brand. This would make my podcast look like a joke.
It would hurt.
Or what? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, maybe he just feel like she too radioactive at this point in time.
possibly, yeah. So who fucking knows? But
Yeah,
I honestly don't think it's gonna ever come out. Honestly, like
I hope it does, man. Because
I hope it does too,
Yeah.
because the YouTube streets need something to eat off of. You know what I'm saying? But
I think it's that. I think it's too many people are going to be hurt by this. Like, it's so many different dominoes that could,
okay, so one thing that I will say is that if Joe wants to double down on this, even though I don't think he's
not real
pressed,
enough.
he's not pressed on doubling down on
He's not real enough.
I'm non-industry or not real enough, where it's like I'm not friends with y'all. Like, we could be cordial, but it's like, because even with them, it's like y'all got to give it up together. You know what I'm saying? Like, the biggest media sites are the ones that give it up for real. Like, and we always see it. Once our favorite media personality, once our favorite rappers really get some money, the music is not the same as when these niggas were fucking starving. You know what I'm saying?
Unless your name is Future Hendrix.
In
which case you evolved and blossomed like a vampire.
Right. Where the money fueled the real nigga, the nigga that you already were. You know what I mean?
Went from Tony Montana.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
That shit beautiful.
See, money turned him to a savage for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, with the media shit, it's like once you become friends with these artists that you speak on, personalities you speak on, it's like it's hard to keep that.
It's hard to be
How do you
objective.
go in? How do you go in?
Yeah, being objective is part of this game.
But I honestly feel like
And not always.
you should have never respected them as a personality to begin with. If you become friends with a person and that kind of changes how you felt about them.
It's like, why'd you let me get this close?
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's true. I feel that a little bit. I feel that.
Nah, Joe Budden just thought Joe Budden didn't expect for it to be him too. Like, he didn't expect to be the butt of the joke too.
I see what you're saying.
Like,
yeah.
that's probably what it is.
He might have really just lost control in that bitch.
He wanted to laugh at something that wasn't him.
Yeah.
And Joe Budden's a sociopath, so it's saying.
Did you know what was refreshing is that
reverb, nigga.
It sounded like I was scratching
like
for
Jazzy Jeff.
It sounded like I was scratching for real.
You a disc
But
jockey.
it sounded like it was on purpose. That's why it was so funny.
Reverse.
Going crazy.
Well, this nigga about to jump 30 on this microphone.
Yeah. But when they was talking about him being an ex-drug dealer, Molly head, crackhead and shit, I'm like, I feel like it did feel like we were the only ones, or y'all were the only ones really going in, just reminding all the viewers every time Joe Budden came up. This nigga's he used to do angel dust.
That was us.
Like, I haven't heard anybody else do it, but it was like every time Joe came up, to the point that one week y'all were like, we got to lay off with the angel dust.
Don't even do it no more. You gotta leave him alone.
Yeah,
But that is one of the funniest drugs.
It is. It really is.
Just a name.
Just the name.
That angel dust.
Because it doesn't do what shrooms do.
Yeah.
Like, when something like angel dust is supposed to be like,
It sounds spiritual, psychedelic.
yeah, enlightening.
It's really just crack in a different form.
Yeah.
Right.
Cooler name though.
All right, so now let's
smoke
move
shine.
over to this next area.
And shout out to Cletus.
This has to deal with Adam22. So obviously in the Tasha K and Adam22 interview, Adam took his fair share of shots, but then he jumped like on live, because that's been like his thing, like jumping on live, phone at a terrible angle,
Sounding corny as hell.
just sounding corny.
Like, he on a FaceTime, only
Essentially.
his forehead.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and pretty much violating essentially. So we'll watch that, and I just want to know what y'all think, if he should respond to this. Joe should respond to this. Because, I mean, just last week I was saying, I think it's hilarious how everybody's ignoring him. You know what I'm saying? But Adam just kind of came off of a good moment with this interview. But the rant was trash, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like...
Nah. And if it's true that he's scared of whatever Tasha K did,
Yeah, well, she
it's
probably
like,
told him.
Now
Yeah.
he's looking, a little soft.
He's
Yeah.
looking a little meek.
Yeah. He's like, he's taking hits right now. Like, and
Mook ass nigga.
before, like, did you find it?
Is it the Reddit one?
No, Adam violates.
Yeah, Reddit.
Yeah.
Adam violates.
Yeah, I didn't title it that. Well, I probably will though, honestly. All right, yeah, let's watch this.
Oh, God.
All right.
He has a Playboy bunny tattoo as a teardrop tattoo.
Go back a little bit.
I think that's an upside down cross.
It's an upside down cross.
Oh.
I can see how you can see that though.
Man,
Shout
I got the
Lucifer.
podcast game on my back right now. Joe Budden had Tasha K come all the way out to Jersey and do a multiple-hour interview. She was happy about it when I seen her, and he's not dropping it. He's scared to death of Cardi B. He's scared to death of Offset. He don't want to have another run-in in the mall with the QC goons like he did. Remember, Everyday Struggle was actually really entertaining before QC told him that he wasn't allowed to talk about their artists anymore. And that's when you saw him really simmer down, brought the temperature down a whole lot. But, I mean, if you're Tasha K and you went all the way to Jersey to do an interview that when I talked to her, she was real happy about the interview, and he's not dropping it because he's scared of Cardi B. Like, what kind of shit is that? That's not why I got in the podcast game. I didn't get in the podcast game to be running around acting like a hoe. Hoe Budden, you acting like a hoe, and nobody respects it. Your fans are losing interest because you're not keeping it real. I think now, more than ever, it's important that we support real, independent media. Because as you can see, even a podcast like the Joe Budden podcast, which for a time was a symbol of independent hip-hop media, it has been co-opted by the deep state, Cardi B and Offset, the deep state. And, you know, there's no coming back from that. For me, it's kind of disappointing, you know? Not only is this guy like setting his hosts up against each other and trying to create all this internal drama, basically copying No Jumper, but now he's scared to drop like real legitimate interviews with powerful black creators. Man, that's a sad situation. I don't even know what to say about it. The great have fallen, and 22 is on the rise. So if you want some real content, you know where to go. YouTube.com/NoJumper. Go check out that Tasha K interview. Joe Budden was too bitch made to drop his. Man.
Now,
sound like he was reading the side effects of drugs.
Right.
This is better. He's getting better.
Is it better?
Yeah,
this is not as bad as it seemed at first.
Because you're thinking about you're still thinking about the other ones.
God, there was so many.
And you see what makes them similar.
Yeah.
There's so many of them, bro. And it's just like
a white man calling a black man a hoe. It's hilarious. Hoe, buddy.
Right. It's like, oh, you really went for that. Yeah.
Like, whoa, shit.
Be funny if he called him a nappy head hoe.
Whoa, that'd be crazy.
That shit would have been fire.
That'd be crazy. He already flirted the line with he's a bitch ass. Remember that? Like, he already flirted that line last week. Now
he deserves to say it at this point.
He's going for hoe. So do y'all think this is worthy enough to respond to it still? Like, if you were Joe? I think Joe is really playing this. I'm legit gonna snuff this nigga out with silence. I think that's what Joe's really going for.
The Charlamagne approach.
Yeah, I don't see him responding to Adam because this is another thing too. He don't really like Adam. Like he don't really like him. So, and the thing is with Adam, which we brought up before, where it's like people ignore Adam pretty quickly. So it's like him responding puts a lot of legitimacy and real raw numbers and attention back onto his platform. Not just trash views, but possible I might stay here views. You know what I mean?
Nah, and it's like the king isn't the most powerful fucking position on the board. You need the pawns. So as soon as the pawns start talking,
they
like the little
Reddit
niggas, you know what I'm saying? As soon as they start talking, that's when he's gonna respond. Like just a king talking, it's like it's whatever. But you know when the pawns start talking, it's like nigga, what are y'all talking about?
I think it's more so that Adam isn't bringing enough heat. Like,
that's how I feel.
I don't think Joe is genuinely pissed off about this.
This can't make
this doesn't make you punch air. You don't go home and like cry to your bitch about not being able to compete with niggas.
Like we know
that's not what this is doing.
We know what Joe can do when he feels like violating a nigga. He can go on a nice 5 to 12 to 15 minute rant.
We just saw it.
And pick it apart.
12, 15.
But you gotta invoke a certain amount of care.
Or I really have to. You have to be a formidable opponent enough, though. You know what I'm saying?
I think you have to be. No, you have to be. It's personal to Joe.
Yeah.
Because like when he was going off on text, he hates pseudo gangster niggas.
Right.
You can tell that hit personal with him. Yeah. And he just hates text. So it's just a win-win overall.
Yeah.
But it's different with Adam because it's like I don't know, man. This nigga, I get what y'all saying though.
But yeah, I don't think he's bringing.
It's not hard enough.
It's not hard enough, man. And it's like, this the thing with Adam is that.
What do you think he has to say? What can he say that won't like bite him in the ass?
This is the thing. I think they have two different specialties. I think Adam's specialty is conversation, and Joe's specialty is like conversation. He can do more. Joe is more of a well-rounded opponent. So not only can he have a great conversation podcast,
but he's a poet too.
He's also a poet. So it's like he doesn't need that, and he can really cook a nigga. Adam is not prepared for that. He can't do it.
He's not prepared for that?
He just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? He can't. It's not going to come off nearly as eloquently. As natural. Eloquently, natural.
I'll give you that.
You know what I'm saying? Like to where this is like, he's doing better in this video and it's still light years behind.
It's still, yeah.
What Joe could give him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
This is a little smack DVD-ish.
It is. And it's like, it's just not that great. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's saying all the right words. If Tax was saying this, it would hit 10 times harder.
Yeah.
Because it's the delivery, the everything. You know what
intensity.
Yes, bro.
And what it comes down to, the honesty.
Yes.
Like, do you really hate me?
And this,
you get what I'm saying?
This literally just feels like I'm trying to get lit right now, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like Adam still has I'm just trying to keep lit.
Joe respects the honesty of the game.
Yeah.
Like, if we're gonna do this, let's really do this.
Right.
Let's not like go back and forth. Like, we're both too old for this. I get what y'all saying.
Because he's also looking at it like a rapper. You also gotta remember, like, before two rappers make legit beef tracks or diss records, there's a couple sub records that go out too. It might be a feature on a nigga song.
Yeah. The build up.
The build up. It's always the build up. You know what I'm saying? He's been right now. Adam is dropping diss records. He's doing a Joe Budden to Drake. Adam has dropped like 3 diss records so far, and Drake still hasn't responded.
Yeah.
And 5, and he just hasn't responded because it's like, I can't talk to this nigga. We're not the same. You know what I mean? Like,
it would probably be a waste of Joe Budden's time.
It's a waste of your time, and I actually will help you.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do that wouldn't help you.
Yeah.
Like, period. And it's like, I don't want to help you. I want to see your shit burn out, really.
Because it helps Joe, like, you know, yeah.
So I don't think he'll ever.
It's crazy.
I don't know if I'm not turning no response down. I would love to see a response. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be eloquent. It's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But you ever had like an annoying kid around you? You know what I mean? You just want to pop the nigga, but like he not your kid, so it's like,
yeah, you can't treat him like that.
Joe Budden might pop the nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Adam has been so annoying that he could respond.
Exactly.
He could respond.
He's
like,
past
even
the
if
level to where it's
just
valid.
1 minute, like Danny gonna clip it out and be like, oh, all right, guys.
Right. Right.
Oh, hey. Oh, that nigga, I made that nigga Australian.
He might actually feel bad for the nigga.
Who, Joe?
Yeah.
I think so too. Because Joe
sometimes the kid that gets bullied the most in school lashes out violently.
Yeah.
And nobody really blames him for it.
That's
you kind
true.
of just turn the other cheek, let him back down in the cafeteria.
It could go either way, but
you know, Joe did.
It's 5 to 6 videos. Like, that's,
exactly. But Joe did give him his first official diss record, though. I don't think we can play it on here because, you know, I'm still speaking in terms of if he's looking at it as a rapper. Like, he gave him his first sub.
Yeah.
And that was on the intro of one of the shows. And he had some just like some music playing.
Yeah.
He was pretty much saying, he was like, it looked like you crashing out. Leave me out of it. Crash out by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
He was just getting the tongue ready for the whole show.
Yeah, he was just warming up. So because he did that, maybe he will respond and we will get a full response. Because he did give him 1 sub so far. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he let him know, I see you, nigga.
I see you. I see you. But you know I can't. You know I can't give you a sermon. You know that.
Yeah, you're going to have to come with harder bars for me to say anything. You have
to. And Adam's not coming hard
And I want
enough.
you to know that your bars are not enough.
It's not. It really. That's what it comes down to, bro. I can't respond if you're not lyrically on my level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a waste of a dish record.
You know,
unless my homie that's sitting beside me is like, ooh. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And you know, when Joe is like,
it's crazy.
Joe is going to like, if he does respond, he's going to give him pity. And that's the worst to hear from Joe, to like be on the other end of that shit.
I feel sorry for
compassionate criticism.
It's
that's going to hurt, bro.
With his legs
That's what he's going to do. That's his position he tries to take.
Because that's the bigger person role.
Yeah. It's funny sometimes, you know. Gotta do that sometimes.
Especially if you get the right delivery.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Because you the
facts.
bigger person, but you're taller than them now. So you can
Yeah.
also talk shit about that.
Yeah.
There's so much shit.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think Adam. I don't. Honestly, you're just not capable of it. It's not your.
I'm
thing,
going
man.
back and forth.
Or
Well, he's talking to himself at this point.
Making these. Yeah, it's like. So it's so funny because it's like I felt like Adam was taking a crazy W with the Tasha K interview because that was so good, and then this follows up right after, and it's just like
Who does he send
It's
this
literally
to?
a white man just like pouring gasoline on this black fire. He's
Yeah.
like, all right,
Yeah.
come over here,
Yeah.
give me some attention.
Yeah.
Give me,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm
a
saying?
fact.
That's literally how it feels like. It's like he's trying to throw him like the monkey trees type shit. You know?
Joe Budden is insurmountable.
Dangling that carrot.
Which is why
Yeah.
you can't take it serious. Because he's
It's
not
like-
even, this isn't even your flight.
It's not. It's just shut the fuck up. Stop trying to include yourself in these beefs. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
Yeah, nah, man. And it's a win-win for Adam, regardless of whether he responds or not.
because he's gonna get a
'Cause-
little bit more extra than
Because
he normally
people are
would.
going to be talking about how sad it is that Joe Budden is not responding. And it's also, he's promoting whatever he's promoting.
right.
His sex tape.
Yeah, and you see him dropping NoJumper.com.
Yeah.
Tasha K. Like,
Yeah.
that is one thing he's good at. That nigga will. He is.
He'll plug it in.
He's plugging.
Like LOI Wednesdays at
Yeah.
6 a.m.
Yeah, exactly,
6 p.m.
bro.
Nigga.
Yeah, for real.
Real
So,
slick.
but yeah, that's it for Adam, though. Honestly, I am kind of interested to see. I want to see this. What was that video? It was the. I want to see the chicks video more actually, real quick. Actually, we'll make this quick. I put this documentary in there. So it was a guy that made a documentary, and it was the full breakdown of the DJ Envy and Cesar Pina scam that just got worse. So
Cesar
the DJ,
Pina.
so pretty much it came out 3 days ago. Spencer Cornelia is the YouTube channel's name, and I mean like this joint is up, and this is like the first. Did you get a chance to watch it?
No.
Okay, it's 26 minutes and 32 seconds of all facts.
And what's that nigga Cesar Pina?
Pina.
Yeah. Cesar, yeah. Cesar Pina. Cesar Pina.
Is that Tony? You're Hispanic.
That's English for pinata.
But is it the right tongue inflection?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Whenever you got a little squiggly over the end, you
Pina.
gotta exaggerate it. You gotta like use it like Play-Doh.
Cesar
Stretch it out.
Pina.
Pina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But pretty much the way, because I mean, it's the thing. I feel like we've talked about the whole Cesar Pina case, DJ.
What if it's actually
Why
one?
you got him saying it like that?
Yeah, you did put a little on that shit.
Yeah, Cesar Pina. Yeah, Pina. Long story short, but I
Big
feel
Put
like
the A solid.
it's been a lot of like things have been happening all the time. They're always continuously coming out and shit like that about the case. So that's why it has been kind of hard to kind of just like, I've watched it all in real time, but it's so many fucking stories from so many different sources. Like, I can't remember the black dude that went on live with DJ Envy and was talking.
Tony the Closer?
Tony the Closer.
yeah.
Tony the Closer's been running his thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like this dude's video finally put it all together.
It's
bro.
they're all connected.
All of them are connected
Yeah.
because there's so many different victims. That's
Yeah.
why it feels like so much to process at one time.
He pretty much was a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, this video is literally gives everything in chronological order, breakdown, people's names kind of, but not really, you know, to protect people.
And
And
shout out to Donnell Rollins for calling this nigga fat Big Pun. Y'all remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember that
That
because
shit was so funny.
because you
nigga.
can't not see it.
Right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
selling houses with Big Pun.
Yeah,
and
that
I
shit
think he was like low key joking about it being a scam. Like nigga, you selling the fact that Big Pun he's gone. Like,
Right.
nigga, you're selling
That is true.
shit is a facade.
But yeah, long story short, after you watch this video, bro,
Yeah, it was deep. I saw it on Axstream.
Can we call him a scammer?
absolutely, yeah, no questions asked. He's
This-
he's a convicted scammer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's literally a convicted scammer. But this nigga Envy, you know, he's been trying to make it seem like he really ain't like a part of this like this, and he got screwed too.
Yeah, and there's so many people avoiding the conversation in general to make it feel like, is this even happening for real?
Bro, it is kind of annoying that like all these people like Envy
swept under the
could be
rug.
at the radio station and press it, nigga, and they don't fire back with, "Aren't you allegedly scamming right now?" Like
Yeah.
that is kind of crazy that he's just been skating by on his radios. But at the same time, you probably can't talk about it. But that don't stop a guest from firing back. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't have Tasha K on there.
That's a fact, because she's definitely not letting you slide on that. You know when I thought it was going to happen is when the Hudson brothers went up there and they were hosting one of the episodes, and Envy was trying to sell his daughter's bracelets or some shit like that.
How old is his daughter?
I don't know, but they were like, I'm not buying that shit. What are you talking about? Like, are you really trying to sell me your daughter's bracelet? Bro, fuck no. I'm not buying that. He was like, what the fuck? And I was thinking, why don't you throw the scammer shit in? Like, this is the perfect.
Yeah.
You know
Use your tricks, nigga.
Yeah, this is it. But it never happened. But
yeah.
I found some new info just now too, but I'm gonna look it up separately while you do this.
DJ Envy got to be a scammer because I wouldn't buy shit from that nigga. He is not a salesman.
he has had
You
you
know
know what's kind of making it worse too? Like, he just dropped a Vlad thing.
Yeah.
Where obviously, I don't know if y'all seen, but Vlad is doing estate tours now. Y'all seen that?
Yes.
He's got his own cribs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started his cribs thing. So
Oh yeah, the MTV,
Envy is on it, and he did an interview, but then he also toured his garage. And I was thinking, this is the worst time for this shit to be
show
coming
off all
out.
your assets?
Nigga, you're showing it. Yes, bro.
But that's what Vlad be doing. Like, he recorded
the
like
timing is beautiful, right?
8 months ago.
Like, you are
Yeah.
literally being accused of working with a scammer and scamming dozens of people, and you got Vlad interviews dropping with diamond jewelry. You're showing this indoor, all these expensive $250,000, $1 million cars.
This nigga got the original Ford GT.
Yeah, so it was kind of like, I was like, damn. And then after watching that whole thing, I was like, bruh, I don't think there's any way to avoid like these niggas getting. I wonder
Some type of charge, right?
some type of charge, and I feel like there might even be a moment when they get arrested
Yeah.
or they have to turn
think-
themselves in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because this is a criminal case at this point. Like,
But
once all the lawyers put everything together, it's a criminal case. So
I could tell by the way he was driving that car, he's a criminal.
Yeah, bro. This is something later too. Apparently, 10 hours ago, Tony the Closer put out a snippet of DJ Envy's trailer, a trailer with Cesar Pina on like a documentary they're doing, and within the documentary, apparently he says like we're partners.
they're
yeah. So okay, so that makes sense because that's another thing too.
that's it right there.
Yeah, that's what. This,
How long is it?
4 minutes. But yeah, it's
Ooh,
Tony the Closer put it in there saying DJ
Tony
Envy,
the
I thought
Closer
you
is
were-
on this nigga's
yeah.
fucking head, bro.
Can we give the people a description of Tony the Closer? Because I'm a little confused on him.
Do you know what he looks like at all? We can click on this picture.
Hell no.
Oh, yeah, click on it.
Click on this nigga. Oh, okay.
That's the dude that was on the
Nigga
live
look
one.
like a Nigerian
That was
scammer.
that was when
But real quick,
You see that watch? That's how I feel about your watch.
I don't think he's the most credible source. Because he's kind of like a white girl that got like sexually assaulted by a bunch of Hollywood actors. Like, you know, when it's been one girl that accused like 15 different celebrities or some shit,
Yeah.
at a certain point, it's like, bitch, what are you doing?
is that what
But
he's done?
Bro, he's been scammed by 𝙿𝙾𝚃 allegedly, by these
Oh,
niggas.
really?
Like, he's on the fringe of all this scam shit to the point
Well,
where it's like, how
Has he been scammed? Because in this case,
Give
he
me-
he
they-
wasn't scammed by Cesar Pina and DJ Envy.
In this case, yeah.
He's helping the people. So,
But he's always attached to this type of storyline. Like, he goes after this often.
but that's 1090 Jake and Rats. That's
True.
his lane.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
He's a
I didn't
thief.
realize that, but that might just be his thing. Or CoffeeZilla. That's literally all CoffeeZilla does is go after scammers. So he's just the black.
Tony the Closer is also in real estate, so he's probably
also in real
closer to the
estate.
subject,
That's true. Yeah.
which
yeah.
makes it make more sense.
Yeah.
The nigga's a thief.
But I don't know. I mean, watching this, I don't think we should watch this just because
Okay.
it's 26 minutes. I just put it in there for y'all to watch, or if y'all wanted to see
But
it.
there's no specific part where
But-
it's just like scammer.
Yeah, hell no, it's none. It's too much, bro. It's like you're about to watch 26 minutes of victims and stories. Like you're like, fuck, like
Testimonies.
These niggas are going to jail, bro. Like somebody's going to jail, bro.
Somebody's going to jail.
Period. Like,
Somebody's gonna tell on somebody. That's what it is.
There's no doubt in like
Somebody
You know
gonna
somebody's
tell on
going to
somebody.
jail when they got the cut of the person who can't even get the words out. Like, they start the story, they just start crying. Like,
yeah,
he's
dog.
gone.
It's bad, bro. It's like there's so many locations where this nigga is selling locations to places he never owned. One of them, he had the wrong address. He had the auto shop next to the house. The address was wrong. The actual house was a different number.
It was bad, bro.
So he definitely didn't own that because it was an auto shop. There, he sold.
How do you do that?
I don't, bro. It's
You
so,
don't tell anybody, and you wait
these-
for Twitter to find out.
These people are pretty much like, I don't know if angel investor is the right word, but long story short, these niggas be having 100,000, 150,000, 250,000 to just invest with a nigga for 6 months. So it's like,
and they can afford to lose that.
If they can afford to lose it, and then, so they're not also going to the properties and shit. Like they're just like handing the bread over, seeing pictures that he provides, and like they're trusting him for real. And one of the biggest parts of this whole thing that not only does Envy say we are doing this, we are doing that, and we're partners in this, but Envy helped give him the trust factor.
The platform and the trust, yep.
Yeah, outside of the platform, iHeart is liable to a certain extent as well, too, because they were peddling a scam product, so they can be sued.
Exactly.
From
it's
every
a lot
single one of them.
And I was thinking that, are they going to have his back in this?
If they get sued, he's out of there.
Yeah, no, they probably should, because there's too many residual effects.
As soon as he gets, it just,
it looks
I think
bad
they've done good, they've done pretty good so far to keep him directly away from the thing. But once like real court dates start and shit like that, and the nigga has to start appearing in court, that's when I think we'll see how
a
they
decision
handle
will
him
be made,
and how they handle him just at the company. Because once he starts going to court, he's been avoiding all this. Like,
yeah, he can't say nothing.
Apparently, his wife has already been like filed for bankruptcy. She's already been in court, done a couple hearings and things of that nature. He has two, maybe
so they
one or
won't
two.
take anything from her.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like everybody,
like
but that's why people are saying you should sue the radio station, because they can file for bankruptcy, but you wouldn't have heard about it if it wasn't for this station.
And I think since they are a media company, they are being very careful about how they say anything about this, because they could ruin the case for the nigga. It does ruin it for themselves.
Well,
if they try to sever too early.
We're talking about $1 billion corporation too. They don't give a fuck about this nigga. If he does life, in terms of like, and it keeps them out of a lawsuit, you're out of here. You're gonna do life. Like,
that's fucked up.
They have like these major corporations like that. A fucking hiccup? Are you kidding me? Like, fuck out of here. Like, we're running $1 billion corporation over here. You over here running Ponzi schemes, nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck what you got going on.
Using
like,
us as the,
you put us at risk of having to pay out these people because you was doing bullshit, and you know so. Yeah, they don't care about, like, it's not like two friends that are turning on each other.
And
that's
like,
different, you know what I'm saying?
What's his position? I feel like we have to look up the salary of his position just so we can get like a Envy. Just so we can get a different perspective on how stupid he is.
Yeah, you
like, how much money was he making for him to have the thought that like, I need more money. I need to be scammed.
Is there ever too much money?
I don't think he knew what was going down for real.
I do.
Come on, man.
Well,
him
I don't think,
and Charlamagne are the most oblivious niggas.
I don't know, though. That's all alleged.
What I mean by that, I'm gonna tell you why I don't think he knew, because you can know what the play you're making, but you don't know when the play starts going bad. So I don't think he knew that his homeboy didn't have bread anymore and was using other people's money to keep the scheme going.
What it is a gut feeling. He had a gut feeling.
Right.
Everybody has a gut feeling.
Right.
Especially when just looking at Cesar Pina.
Right.
Like, you can tell, like, by his name.
Yeah, because he got
he's
to that point.
Time.
Yeah, he got to that point where he just didn't have the money, and he would say, like, I get somebody else's money, like, invest in this, and he'd use that to pay off somebody else.
Well, this is what I think.
You think Envy in debt?
They didn't realize that.
This is what I also think might have been an issue, or what happened is that Cesar might have been screwing everybody else over, the common man, essentially, even though these people aren't common. Men and women that have got $100,000 to give this nigga that they don't even know. But I bet you that most of Envy deals were probably coming back, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you and me might get fucked over, but like the guy that is giving me access to all these fucking, like, these people I can scam, let me make sure every time he gives me $100,000, I actually follow through with my word and get him the return he's looking for. You know what I mean? So for him, and that's when we started seeing him a lot. They were doing the most work together. Envy probably was making a bunch of money off the little 100, 200,000 he was giving them at the time. But Envy started feeling like he was getting fucked over the same once Cesar overextended himself, started running low, had to sign new people just to pay old people off that started harassing him for the money. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's how it starts, bro. You get overextended and you just end up in a scheme, and you like, God, I got to keep going until I can find a way.
But it was too late. Envy had already done enough damage to fully rope him into this. They done all these goddamn fucking Instagram posts.
So many, bro.
All these conventions they're doing. All the radio.
Like 3 years worth, right? Because when did they start? For the first
it was like 2 or 3 years that they were. I think they were good with each other for about 1.5 to 2 years.
What if
he literally has cemented his name next to his?
He has, bro. I don't know this nigga without DJ Envy.
Facts.
You think some of the people that invested did it on purpose? because they knew it was a Ponzi scheme and like they knew they could sue later?
Nah, I don't
You don't
think.
think, you don't think niggas are cerebral like that?
You usually don't gamble that way.
No.
That's a hell of a gamble.
Yeah, that's a crazy.
You better
Yeah,
off just
that's a
playing the
hell of a
lottery.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
hell of a game. Yeah, that's true. You
Yeah.
better, because they were giving the nigga like the sums of money that they were talking about in that whole documentary. Nigga, they're giving this nigga
100,000.
100,000. Like, I think the lowest I heard somebody give him was like,
35.
like 35. That's right, 35. Then it jumps to like 70. Then it's 100, 150. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
How many people do you have to scam to get a garage like that though?
exactly. That's another thing.
He didn't make all
Thousands.
his money off scamming though. We
But there's another thing too, though. Yeah, like I'm not saying he's a scammer. I'm not calling him that at all.
Conspiracies.
But you remember, like, that's always been one of Envy's personality traits. You know, like on the Breakfast Club, is like,
Yeah.
Envy has a bunch of money, and it's like, and
it's
niggas,
always been his thing.
and niggas have always joked like, DJ ain't pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you remember they've always kind of,
Yeah.
It's always been a thing. It seemed like he was moving way richer than everybody else.
Felt like he came to the game 100 grams strong.
Like, bro, if Diddy and like 50 come there and they joking like, well, shit, Envy got all the money. It's like, what are you doing that 50 Cent was joke with you that
Right.
way?
Yeah.
Because he
nah.
knows, we know all his shit is legitimate. We've seen where it's coming from.
Yeah, but they say he did do like a lot of shows every night. Like nigga would DJ three DJ shows a night type shit.
I wonder what
like
his
5 days a
fee
week.
is.
But I think even more so than like just all the DJ shows, we know he
all the
has a
hustle
lot
shit.
of equity.
Yeah, he has equity.
We see
hustles,
all
that
like
shit.
he has blatant assets all over his timeline.
Yeah.
Liabilities too though. Them cars.
Yeah, liabilities have gone.
I did see
But
some,
it depends
he
though,
doesn't
because
have-
if you profited off him putting them in
Some
car
of them
shows
profit,
and all
yeah.
that
You
shit,
he
you might
doesn't-
get that
and he-
back.
And he doesn't have
That's
an
true.
insane car collection, because I just saw the Vlad thing. I mean, he has an insane car collection. He has like 16 cars. But I don't know. Before this thing happened, I thought the nigga had about 40 cars.
I thought it was more. Yeah,
That's
the
how
way
it felt, at least.
It
But
felt like he had about 50.
16 is a lot
Yeah.
still, obviously. But
You could lease. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see if this nigga ever gets put in the steel bracelets, though. That's all I'm saying. Is like,
Clink clink.
yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen.
God.
What
What happens to the Breakfast Club?
What lawsuits? I don't know. What lawsuit?
Charlamagne get that big
Actually,
ass chair.
that's a good question. So what y'all think? They all got. I don't know. I won't make this a second. I'll keep it all together.
It's hard to say because
If 6 months from now-
you do still have.
If 6 months from now, DJ Envy gets arrested, and once he gets arrested, this radio station gets sued, they're like, we have to part ways with it. It's literally just Charlamagne, the guy of the Breakfast Club.
That would turn up the documentary for the Breakfast Club though.
Well, that would.
But shit, how
That
does
would
it
turn up
end?
their,
Nah.
that's
That
the
would.
crazy end of a fucking dynasty.
Dynasty, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the craziest way to end a dynasty, nigga. Like
Don't he have that girl? Who's that comedian woman?
Just
Just
hilarious.
that's
Hilarious.
hilarious. I like her, bro. She good.
All they would need to find is like one more person.
I know, but it's like
That's easily replaceable.
That's
Not-
true, but I mean, bro, when we're talking about a group that was together for like
Dynasty, bro.
13 years or
Yeah.
12 years, and then it's down to one, it's like, let's just hang this.
Yeah.
I think,
That's
Charlamagne
like
might hang it up on his own. Like, all right.
yeah, where it's just like
that's like
I don't
Takeoff
know, that's
dying
weird.
and they replace him with DDG and the
That's it.
Migos. Like that just
Exactly.
feels so strange.
That seems crazy. Exactly. Yeah.
We gonna fuck around. If Envy goes, I want to hear what Angela Yee got to say if Envy gets in the drink.
I feel like she got a lot to say.
Yeah, that's what I'm
She's
saying.
the one that popped the question when Cesar Pina first came to do their interview at the Breakfast Club. She was the one to say, "Hey, you've done some time for scamming and fraud before,
Little
right?"
rumor report.
Yeah. And he was like, I've done my time, I have done my time, I've learned my lesson. And my mentor is actually somebody that I met in prison. It's like, so it's
So
like,
the plot thickens.
so it's
Yeah.
yeah, let me go ahead and make sure I get everything on these radio waves, and then the show, my new show has started.
I was about to say.
Let me go down one level to the next floor.
Yeah.
you would think she would really start popping shit on that third floor though.
She might be waiting for it to happen just because it's
Okay.
happening. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
'Cause
that's a
she
whole
just-
other topic.
Angela Yee, she seemed like she's been telling this nigga Envy for years, like, yo,
Yeah.
Envy, stop fucking with this nigga.
right. Like, do
Like, you gonna get caught
but
up.
I think like they just, I think that friendship part of them just like started separating. Like in terms of just like not looking out for each other. Like once Charlamagne had the Gucci call
thing.
her a bitch, and there wasn't no real uproar from them or anything like that.
She's supposed to. I mean, they supposed to do anything?
Well, I don't know. It's like, it's kind of weird. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. But long story short, it's been an obvious separation from
Since
that.
then.
Because remember, during COVID, they were all working from home, but she just never came back. Like, everybody came back to the office, and she was still
zooming.
phoning
Still at
in.
home.
I was like, oh, she does not fuck with these niggas. Like,
Yeah.
she zoomed in for way longer when everybody was back in the office.
I thought she was doing something though. I thought
it was.
She might have given a bullshit reason, but I think she did say something.
Because you got to remember they work for a company. It's just like all you have to say is I don't feel like the health risk thing. But she might be going out every single night still. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't want to be around these niggas no more. I'm gonna collect my check, close my deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, collect my check, close my deal, do my little thing, and call it a fucking day. You know what I mean? So,
damn.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of
shows how she feels about.
I'm really interested to see how this DJ Envy
plays out.
How it really plays out, bro.
For sure.
How it really plays out because
it might be very simple.
I don't know. It feels like it's gonna take just as long as this Tory and Med case.
It feels like it's gonna take a while. I feel like we won't get resolution for like 6 months or a year at least.
If you got good lawyers,
it was fucking 3 years.
Yeah,
it took forever. Like I stopped giving a fuck, and I might stop giving a fuck about this. Honestly,
that nigga got a decade.
That's probably what he's hoping for.
6 months is a quick time though. That's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, that is
6 months.
Yeah, that's fast.
Not for a news story.
But at the same time, we're talking like 26 victims. Shit, the YSL RICO had about what 70 niggas.
Yeah.
They were like, this is gonna take time. Like we have a lot of niggas to process and go through. Like
a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, all the district attorneys. Remember they couldn't. They were complaining because they couldn't take any more clients for like the next 2 years because they were getting assigned to YSL people because of how
is that bad to be booked for the next 2 years?
Yeah, because I don't think they're making as much money.
Yeah.
They not okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
they're only doing this one case.
That's it.
So they can't get paid for multiple
normally
cases. They can't scale.
Yeah, 9 times out of most of the time they're probably balancing 5 to 7 cases.
Right.
The
hustle's fucked up.
That's got to be a motherfucker.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
Confused in front of the judge.
You might get confused on which one of your clients was innocent.
Angela Yee gonna look real good if this is the way the Breakfast Club in.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. She gonna look good.
Not if she knew
She's
about
still
it because she might be drugging the court too.
She gonna have the same amount of talent.
But what I'm saying is she gonna be looked good as like she left at the right time. She, you know what I'm saying, stepped out.
You can also, as a lawyer, I could frame all that as a negative.
That's true.
You knew something bad was coming because you knew about it as well, which means you also co-signed.
She was never a part. That doesn't mean she ain't co-signed nothing.
Possibly,
neither did Charlamagne. They out to clear it. Envy co-signed.
But the thing is, when you're doing a lawsuit and you're suing people, you can include everybody, even if they don't have anything. You can include the secretary at the front.
Absolutely.
Ad lib something.
Absolutely, but nothing's gonna stick on the secretary at the front.
Nothing's gonna stick, but she'll have to go through the process. Is what I'm saying.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. I'm saying nothing's gonna stick though. That's what I'm saying.
But she's gonna go through the process, and that's gonna be embarrassing, and they're gonna and they're gonna dig into her life. You know what I'm saying?
And she also left early enough to where it's like.
Did you know something?
The theory doesn't stand too correct.
Yeah.
That's true.
She was suspicious, huh?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's always something to this shit.
Especially when you the one that asked, you did time for scamming, right? And then the fucking 6 months later, I'm out of here. Fuck out of here.
What they say, man, women's intuition, man. They know when to jump out the house.
But let's look at this. Let's look at this Math Hoffa fires. I can't remember what the guy's name is. I have no idea.
It's probably why he got fired.
But it's a Chiggs video, and this is gonna be just like a straight up live reaction of the Math Hoffa. I do have a couple things I can say about Math Hoffa. He's been having a lot of Vlad clips come out too.
Vlad clips.
You know, Vlad is nickel and diamond. So we're at like part 15 right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like it's same with like the Tax Stone shit that's coming out right now. But long story short, bro, I'm not having a good time watching his. I'm not having a good time watching Math Hoffa's Vlad parts. I'm not, bro.
What? Because
I don't know.
Because of his commentary.
Yeah, just I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. It's like I don't know. It just doesn't seem as flowing as like you would expect it to be when a media personality pulls up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he was interviewing Migos in year one where they don't want to answer none of the niggas' questions. It's
they're probably too high to really be charming.
You know what I'm saying? Some kid that just this is their first big look. It was just I don't know.
Because when Math was first coming up, he was hungry. Right. So what? You know,
he was a battle rapper too.
You think he's not as hungry? You think his?
I just don't know how bought I am. I don't know how bought into the whole Math podcasting thing is. That's really what it comes down to.
I know how much I am. Not at all.
Yeah,
0%.
I want to buy in fully because I fuck with Math from battle rap, but it's just like. Shit is boring me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I'm desperate for clips that can make me want to come back again next week. You know,
his opinion has too much expertise, not enough entertainment.
Yeah, and even when
I don't even think it has expertise actually.
Me neither. And even when
depends
it comes
on what he's talking about.
Even when it comes to the Vlad thing, it's like Vlad is like, I have 45 questions to ask you today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's getting to it. If you can't if you can't have some notable clips on a Vlad interview, it's you.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it comes down to, bro.
Vlad brings it every time.
He brings it every time. He's never slipping, bro.
Vlad probably has to hold back.
Yeah, because exactly,
The
bro.
ultimate salesman.
Out of fucking respect for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
Facts.
I want to buy in on the entertainment level, but and you know what I think another thing is too? It's like Math, the battle rapper, this nigga was punching niggas. You know what I'm saying? How dare you get on here and start podcasting and not start punching niggas? You know, like punch niggas with your opinion. Like that's the Math.
With your words.
With
like
your
a true
word.
poet.
Like a true poet.
Like Martin Luther King.
That's the Math that I know. That's the Math that I bought into personality-wise that translated to battle rap. And I'm not getting that at all.
That's maybe true. You know, maybe his weapons wasn't as sharp that day. You know, we all have all.
It's a lot of dull knives around here.
Or maybe he doesn't go into kitchens that are hot enough.
It's a lot of butter knives.
He kind of seems like he handles softball shit.
Man, he's at Vlad. Vlad don't give a fuck who you are. Like Vlad is the definition of we're not. We could be friends, and it's like, but I'm getting my shit off. Let's be clear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the person that I know, and I think we all know collectively. Boosie gets the most respect. Boosie can straight up say, no, I don't want to do that today.
Yeah.
And he'll respect it because he gives it up so much and so consistently. You're not missing out by losing one question that you wanted to ask.
And plus, it's a real human connection.
You can tell it's a real friendship between them two.
Like,
it's a real friendship.
Today,
so,
and when you Steph Curry, you can miss a free throw every now and then. We know you're good for it.
Right. So it's like, but yeah, let's see what happened because Math Hoffa dismissing it looked kind of messy from when I jumped in. Looked like niggas was doing, you know, those 2-paragraph Instagram posts when it gets real nasty. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna email this nigga Chigs just to
say what up.
What's up, Chigs?
You can reach him at Chiggy9088
at Gmail.
Oh man, not again. When money comes into play, boy, do shit get different. Now, after Esso and Heineken left my expert opinion, Math Hoffa has announced today that Sean Bigger is no longer part of the podcast. After being missing for a couple episodes, fans started to notice, wait a minute, where's Bigger? He then popped up on Backfield with an interview with Esso and Heineken. Now, if you guys haven't watched that interview, please make sure you go check it out. It was very, very informative. Bigger also tells his side and what went wrong. Now, you guys all know Bigger was a co-host to the MEO podcast, but he was also providing Math with armed security. According to him, the reason why things went south, he said that their paths have come to a fork in the road. His family started asking him if he was getting paid to do the podcast, and him and Math started to bump heads when business got involved. According to him, one day Math asked him why he came in late. That caught him off guard because he wasn't an employee. He was not getting paid. He also went on to reveal that he wanted Math to help him do his own show. Math didn't help him, which made him take a step back and think about this. Math Hoffa took to his Instagram page to address this. He said, brothers don't always see eye to eye, and they say friends and business don't mix well every time, but I wish Sean Bigger the best. Sometimes it's hard to predict moves that you yourself would never make an option, but the root to everything comes from a broken heart. I hope your story continues on to be a great one, but for now, I gotta step back. Love to everyone that has supported the journey and continues to. This will be my final word on this matter. Please respect my respect. Now people started calling out Math. Somebody asked them, why wasn't Math paying people? Math responds saying, believe that if you want to. They know I'm not the type to put my business out there or theirs. It's a ploy to push me out of character. No one wants to work with a whistleblower. Somebody else said, Math, come on, bro. So let me get this straight. Every single nigga who leaves the podcast is wrong, and all this time, you're the right one. Lose your attitude, dog. Be honest with yourself, man. You've been a problem since rap battles. The way you did Dose is so foul. The way you did Esso and Heineken so bad. The way you did Serious Jones so bad. Now it's Sean Bigger. Just say you are not a good dude with a good heart. I talked to Esso and you are the problem. This is why Smack wouldn't even book you, because you are a fucking liability. When are you gonna wake up and say your attitude and behavior is foul? I watch my expert opinion all the time, and guess what? Even other hosts, when they have a fucking good question, you shut them down and proceed with your own stupid question. You are too fucking toxic, man. Math responded back saying, would you break up with your partner, then go directly to people who hate them? Why is that the play? Have you seen me slander anyone publicly? Fame is a nasty drug some people can't help but get addicted to. Listen, man, from how I'm looking at this, looks like lines were blurred from business to friendship, from not getting paid to not really knowing your role.
I was about to say, this is crazy. Yeah, I don't know who that woman was but she emptied out the clip on that nigga.
Holy shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn.
She might need to join the podcast.
Hell yeah.
She was going crazy.
Hopefully you white.
Yeah, yeah.
Really help us out.
Yeah, for real, because that was crazy. Damn, that was a segment in itself right there. Like, that was a take right there. Like,
She called Math is the ultimate liability.
Yeah, she sounded personally involved.
and the fact that Math responded to that one
He had to. Look at that shit.
with a paragraph.
Yeah. Math,
Why
come
did he
on,
respond
bro.
with a paragraph? You niggas got to stay out them comments. You can't.
Man, people be too. Hey,
you
man.
can't go to war in those comments,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
It's too risky, bro.
It depends. So I've seen some battles won.
But we kind of talked about it before though, where it's like you gotta, if you can't kill him in one or two lines, get out of there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That is the rule of thumb, but you know
Yeah.
sometimes you have to break the rule.
Yeah.
But you can only break the rule when you know the rules. And Math doesn't seem like the type of nigga to be studying and doing his due diligence.
but honestly, what makes
He's an
it,
expert, nigga.
but what
Yeah.
makes it worse though, bro, is that like this wasn't like somebody notable. This is a regular nigga cooking him, and he gave that response to a regular nigga cooking him.
This isn't, well, it's beyond the regular nigga cooking them because the internet will do that. The internet will cook you alive with a bunch of pedestrians.
Yeah, that's true.
With some
Everybody
parsley.
gonna have their moment on the internet.
Yeah.
If she could do this routinely and consistently,
Is this a
that's
woman? We
different
keep
story.
saying she. It might have been a whole man.
Yeah, the way it starts with Math, come on, bro.
I just like she because it's like, you know, it's so much emotion and passion in this. Only a woman could replicate.
Yeah.
You never know. It could be a nigga, man. That he's frustrated, bro.
Fed up, tired.
It's not a cisgendered man.
I'm trying to represent. I'm trying to fuck with this product, and it's you,
Yeah.
bro. It's you.
Yeah.
Did he spell dog with an A or a W? I can't tell from man.
Probably.
D-O-W-G.
D-O-W.
See,
Dog.
that might be a woman.
That sounds like a Canadian.
I've never seen that.
Dog.
Dog.
That's some Canadian shit. I don't know if it's
It says,
Canadian,
yeah.
but like Canadian people, like they spell certain shit funny like that. Like,
Sad nigga from Toronto.
yeah, from the 666. I don't know. I wonder if he was really paying niggas. He damn sure wouldn't address
Three.
it.
And that's another thing. He didn't address it, so he wasn't paying niggas.
Right? Yeah,
Because
right.
if he was paying niggas, that's not something you just try to hold back.
Yeah,
Like,
and this is not the first person that he didn't.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't know, bro. So it's like now so when you think about that, I don't watch my expert opinion enough to know if they have any sort of ads or anything. But based off like when I do pop in there for an interview, I've never seen no ad read, you know?
But they are monetized on YouTube.
They are monetized on YouTube, but those views I've heard have been a little
some of them worship Buddha.
yeah, some of it's a little
You know
Middle
what I'm
Eastern.
saying?
Every so often you get a Middle Eastern video.
Yeah, some
you know what I'm
Slavics
saying?
in them
So
comments.
it's like
Like the little Lester.
Yeah, and I wonder, and he's at like 900,000 subscribers. Like, can you go to his page real quick? I'm almost positive he's like 935. And if it was 935
Man.
of real authentic people, I just,
908.
Go down to the
That's-
comments.
that's a lot.
It's a whole different world in there.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's a whole new
so
world.
I wonder what because based off of that and views, he should definitely have enough to pay people, right?
Yeah,
you know
of
what I'm
course,
saying?
yeah.
But if they're being fluffed up to a certain percentage, which I don't know what that percentage might be, I wonder what that pay looks like. That pay might be fucked up, or
It just
or
canceling
you,
out.
or you breaking even.
Breaking even.
Yeah. So you might have got 10, 15 grand from this show, from this channel to break people off and pay people weekly, but you also put 7 into a promo or something like
That's
that.
what I mean.
7, 8 in the promo.
Because
Or he might
I-
be
I'm
taking
saying-
7 home.
I be
yeah,
seeing
Yeah, right, yeah.
I be seeing niggas with like BTS like photos, and I'm like, bruh, ain't nobody with no BTS. Nothing should be over here.
Yeah.
Not saying it couldn't happen, but like, man,
But every so often I do see a video like that. So I do wonder how they're doing on the business side. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to. The only person I don't want to. I don't want to put on him that he's been boosted up and propped up by like fake views or subscribers. I only like gladly put those type of allegations on Big Sloth. But so I would never do that like to Mav Hoffa. Somebody else has to do that unless like something crazy
I've
happens.
heard-
Then I'll do the research. You know what I'm saying? But
I've heard those rumors.
I'm not just gonna jump out the gate. But I wonder if like we're just watching a moment where you did the music approach, you got to where you wanted to go, but the product ain't sustaining, and it's not enough to start filtering shit out to make everybody feel more comfortable and actually bring in a respectable number. You know what I mean? Like,
and plus, it was just, it's kind of doomed from the start.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Just having a bunch of niggas. You
The
know
nigga
what
might
I'm
be
saying?
getting $700 a month off his shit.
Bro, like for
That'd
real.
be crazy. He can't pay nobody with, like,
Yeah.
you can't pay nobody with that shit.
Bro, you can't.
How much are you renting the fucking barbershop out? The sound person, like
Bro.
the you know what I'm saying? Like how that 700 is gone. You're dipping in your pocket every
Gotta
month.
be
You
Them
know?
more
niggas
than
might
that.
have to actually cut hair to make it profitable.
You know what I'm
after the
saying? Like
podcast.
Nigga,
y'all need to
literally.
be. And I've never, and I don't watch it enough to be fair to even know if they do ad reads or anything. But something tells me they don't because I've watched my fair share enough interviews and I ain't seen no fucking ads.
Something tells me they have merch though. Like that logo just seems like it's on a.
You know,
champion hoodie
that is a good
somewhere.
point. Look, is that his website?
Store.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, that logo is just easy to put on.
What he
things.
got, Tony?
It's perfect.
Yeah.
I
This
see
is.
teacups.
I'm not
tank
gonna lie.
tops.
Even though this is like fucked up to say, and I thought about doing it, like those drop shipping. This is like a drop shipping company. You can always tell because the logo. They're always selling coffee mugs.
Yeah,
Yep.
And it's like coffee isn't even a part of your brand.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Why it's like you're clearly using like a drop shipping site, and it's
like
like, I
what
don't-
Big Loon did. Oh, Sloth. Excuse
yeah,
me.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
man.
So it's like
And you're using
I
the stock picture, like
I think those can be beneficial because that's one of the things we've always struggled with merchandise. It's like, nigga, selling clothes
Trying
is
to be
fucking
too authentic.
expensive, nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
because the independent way is buying everything up front and forcing and getting them bitches off.
Yeah.
Or you want to see no money, or you have to at least get enough off to break even.
Yep.
Then
Then
see
you
the
see
profit.
money.
It
Then
is
you
a
see
long
profit,
game.
yeah.
It's a long game.
Once you get it
tricky
established, it goes. But it's
So these little drop shipping sites, yeah, that shit fire. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like
It
you're-
lowers the stakes.
you literally are only making it when it's purchased. That's amazing. I don't have to come out my pocket $2,000 to make 3,200. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That might not sell.
That might, and I might not reach 3,200. You know what I'm saying?
And- but if you're thinking like that, you'll never sell them.
that is
You know what I'm
another fact
saying?
too. Yeah,
Gotta
but
be, yeah.
yeah. So just based off the way that merch is set up, they don't have a culture designed around their merch. The merch ain't moving probably as much as it could. Because that's one of the things I noticed with merch. It's like you need to build that culture around that merch. You know what I'm saying? Like make that thing like a thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It
Like,
can't just be your logo just
be,
on
you
a
know,
shirt
like,
for no reason. It
merch.
has to mean something to you.
it's okay to have that one, but if you want to really, if you really want to develop, if you always
A
want
culture.
if you want to develop a culture where people come to you to buy
'Cause
that
it's-
merch, yeah,
Like it's certain things that has to happen for a culture to be a culture. The clothing,
Yep.
Yes.
the language. That's
Yeah.
why a while we're getting a dictionary. When
Yeah.
you tune into that.
Yeah,
but
facts. Every
just
Wednesday
things
at
of
6
that
p.m.
nature. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you have to have your shit in order.
I always fuck with Andrew Schultz's approach to merch.
he used to go crazy.
When he
back
used to
then.
do that fashion line,
Nigga, he used to
yeah.
go crazy. But
I
Jet,
have one of those sweaters.
but Jet Life is another good example. Currency.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm pretty sure. I
yeah.
almost feel like Currency doesn't have to rap, and his clothing line alone can make
I want a
quite
hoodie.
a bit. Yeah.
It's so big, I feel like people don't even associate the two. Like, it's people who
It's
have
just
no
Jet
idea who
Life,
Currency
yeah.
is, and it's Jet Life is fly shit. still.
Exactly. Yeah. So shit like that. So the fact that he doesn't have that, we know there's not a substantial bag coming in off of that area.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he ain't making no money over there, bro. Maybe that my expert opinion ain't
Nigga, your opinion not nigga.
my
Your opinion poor.
in my opinion is not expert.
His
And that
opinion
Yeah.
is free.
Yeah.
so
My amateur opinion.
Not even my amateur. What's below that?
My EBT opinion.
My beginner opinion.
Yeah, my EBT.
My novice opinion.
yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe
you know a lot of words.
hey, honestly, maybe I don't think. Okay, let's just say that person that commented was right, and you are the problem.
You're a piece of shit.
I think, why not lean into this? You know what I'm saying? I think you can lean into this.
He couldn't do no Joe Budden. Nah, he's not.
You don't think he's skillful enough?
He'll take it too personal.
Yeah,
He'll take it too personal.
because I know he'll punch somebody. So
Yeah.
it's like,
It's
fuck
Seen it
it.
happen too many times.
I can see that. I can't have you punching niggas in the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's almost like he can't even help
because it's
himself.
gonna burn out so quick. It's
That's
like,
what I mean.
Relapse.
but if you can harness that energy without punching people,
Yeah.
the podcast might really boom and them numbers might start. You might get a nice little filter going over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
Like,
just got to express yourself in a manner that doesn't involve balling up your fists.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. So that's
Gotta
the
relax.
that's the only thing. I don't know, man. I never really just dove deep to see like what my expert opinion really got going on, and it's like I know they lost those two people. They lost the cameraman. I think.
So Heineken.
Oh no! Flip lost the cameraman to my expert opinions. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Who fucking knows, bro? I don't.
It's
Nobody-
a bunch of shit.
My
We'll see.
expert opinion, nobody really be listening to the niggas.
Yeah, I'm convinced of that.
Nobody
Like,
listens
even when we was pulling up their numbers, I was like, is this for real?
Yeah.
This is happening?
Who listened to them niggas? I've listened to them, but like I really listened to Styles P.
Yeah.
Who else they had up there? Like
I saw a little bit of when Dave East went on there.
Method Man,
I think their YouTube probably makes like 5 bands a month.
5 bands.
That a rough estimate?
Yeah, I'm giving that.
And
At
he's
At
probably
least.
That's
spends
enough
that
to give a nigga $200 for an
But
episode.
yeah,
Shit.
but 5 bands a month
He's-
with those numbers.
Not a lot.
in New York.
Yeah.
He spends that on his
lot.
barber and strippers.
Yeah.
Nigga, he
and-
spends that
and
on the
parking.
rent for the room.
And
That's
park-
just
and
YouTube
parking.
though. But I mean, still, that's not
But no,
To
like
have
on
that
some
kind
real
of
shit though,
following,
like
though.
exactly on some real shit, like numbers like that. I'm thinking you're at least getting 20.
Yeah.
20 to
Yeah.
20 to 25 a month.
If you
That's how
have
much-
if you
thinking
have
that.
900K subscribers, you should
thinking
be.
that.
That's how
I
much
could-
we would be hustling.
Yeah, right.
what
You know what I'm
I'm
saying? Like I would hope that
Yeah.
25 is coming in, and then you still have maybe 15 to like pay people with.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
And
saying?
that's not
Yeah.
even like including donations.
And that's not including
Philanthropy, as we like to call
merch
it.
and shit like that. So
More
yeah,
panhandling.
yeah, I don't know, bro. They might not be doing too good. There might be a time limit on this podcast, honestly.
I ain't never seen
Well, people are
nobody
leaving,
invest
so-
in his company, man.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. And I mean, Vlad is happy. He's helping him out and shit like that.
I
but-
see. You guys all know more about that podcast than me. Were those people were they all there at the very beginning?
Bro,
There was more niggas.
Nigga feel like it's a new nigga every week.
Honestly, it's so hard to keep
They were
up.
The
there.
only ones that I really remember with regularity was the bodyguard dude
That
and
just
the
left?
2 dudes that left and started their own podcast.
Henny and
Those
Ice-
are the only
SO.
real familiar faces I remember.
I don't even remember any of-
reoccurring.
I
The
literally
nigga
don't
with the
remember
dreads,
any of
with
them.
his,
For me,
with
it's
the
the nigga with the
glasses.
dreads.
But
Yeah.
that's that guy. That's who that was.
That's who that was that
No,
whole time.
No, that's who that was. The big guy right there. That's exactly who it is.
that's not him.
He doesn't have his dreads anymore.
That's
I promise you.
That's SO. He's
Fuck
been had
no.
plaits. That's a different individual.
Yeah,
Tony.
this is somebody
That's
different.
a
Who you
different black
talking
man.
We're talking about the dread dude, the dude with the dreads,
The dude with the dreads is a different
and
individual.
it'd be like in a ponytail.
That man has plaits.
Yeah,
I'm
You're-
not talking about the nigga on the left. I'm talking about the big nigga in the middle.
that's not the nigga with the dreads either.
Nah, the nigga with the dreads is like he's like AJ with dreads. Really?
Low key, yeah. That ain't
Nah.
Yeah.
Just go.
But
just
we
go,
can't find this nigga
Yeah,
because it's
just
like
There's no
it's 'cause you're-
regularity.
It's because you're searching something else though. Go back to his YouTube page. Mm-hmm. Might just have to hit backspace.
But I'm not gonna lie, I've seen
Just click the first video.
I've
It's-
seen
he's gonna be
snippets.
in there.
Yeah, he's
He's like that nigga's there every week.
Matt probably say he a good boy.
That nigga, I remember him. He's a jail nigga that spent a lot of time in jail and then go to
White
another-
shirt or black shirt? Wait, let me guess.
black shirt.
Ah, shit.
Damn, are they gonna go to the other side of the camera?
That nigga got whatchamacallit?
Him.
That
him.
nigga.
That
That's
nigga.
not the guy with dreads I'm talking about.
Yeah, we get that. We understood that we're on a different page. We're telling you this is who we're talking about.
Oh, that's who you're talking about. I was
Yeah.
talking.
Another nigga with you?
The big nigga used to have dreads.
Oh, see, I don't remember. I don't even remember that big nigga. That's why I don't know who he is.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was like,
that's
who
what the
it-
confusion was.
I was like,
Big
yeah, I
nigga
was
had
like,
lots.
yeah.
I was
No,
like-
the big nigga used to have dreads.
like when they like, I got excited because I was like, oh, I kind of know the host, so let's see who fired. But I'm like, it's nobody that I recognize. I never saw this nigga before.
Yo,
But,
was that an academics video from an hour ago?
about what?
Charlamagne and Drake.
SO's and
Oh yeah, we're gonna
Heineken's
talk about that.
podcast is it's alright though.
You listen to it?
They had some good guests.
When did you do that?
I mean, I saw snippets on IG and shit,
okay.
you know what I mean? And there were good conversations with like
So
some
that
good
might mean that they're good editors.
guests. Nah, it seems solid.
But it's easier to make a podcast seem solid in short snippet form. The conversation is faster. You get the highlights of it.
Yeah, but you could feel like the vibe of it. Like, you
Okay.
could feel the vibe of it.
You can feel the overall tonality. Or that's just strategic marketing.
Like, you
Oh,
know,
I got
niggas-
something we can cover real quick. So Danny posted this thing to his story, Danny from The Stop. And he put on here a picture of him, his little logo with Joe Budden. He was like, I spoke to the self-proclaimed God like himself today, the Podfather himself. So I don't know if I mean he said he talked to Joe
Say
recently.
he talked to Daddy? Like, the fuck you made it seem like? Shout out Danny, man.
Yeah, so I
Shout out
wonder.
Danny too. He gave us like $20, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, shout out to him.
man.
But I wonder if you think Joe tried to silence him? Because if Joe's reaching out to Danny,
Silence him, nah.
silence him
not
in
soft.
Yeah, not in terms of that, but like silence him in terms of like, hey, look, I need you to stop talking about certain things like contract negotiations. Because remember, that was Joe's big thing that started and pretty much made him and Charlamagne's beef permanent.
I get what you mean. Like they definitely politic.
For sure, yeah.
You know, Joe definitely, became a principal, started like trying to make Danny feel bad and shit.
Right. He's like, you're talking about my business. It's the same thing Charlamagne did when I was renegotiating with Spotify, and it was pretty much you're smutting my image while I'm negotiating.
Shout out to Danny if you mentioned us, man. That would be incredible.
Yeah, but I wonder if I'm curious to know if Joe tried to like silence him. Essentially, kind of.
Nah, I don't think that's possible.
No, it's very possible.
It's very possible because we're also dealing with a man who is not dropping a Tasha K interview.
For him to silence him.
Oh, silence. Okay.
You don't think Danny would listen?
No.
Oh, no. Me neither. So I'm pretty much saying attempt to. Sorry. Not legit silence him. He's not about to be like, nigga, I will shut your fucking YouTube channel down. I don't think he's punking him like that.
Yeah.
But I
don't even think he has that kind of pull.
Maybe he's trying to be friends with him so that you don't go in as much on your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man.
Make him feel important. Like, come on, Danny. Like,
It's like calling the doorman boss man.
All right, Danny.
He don't run shit. He has no authority, but you make him feel good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because he's going to tell you if your car getting stolen.
All right, Danny, I respect what you do. I see you. You know what I'm saying? One of those from Joe Budden himself.
He might even give him a drop like Chigs.
I might give you a clean drop on the podcast microphone and not over
clip that shit up.
And not over fucking Clubhouse type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Danny,
you never know. A nigga could, we gonna see. Danny, you better not switch up. Pretty much, I'm letting you know that I'm watching to see if the contact switches up. So, Danny.
If he gets softer.
If he gets soft. If I don't see a contract negotiation, I need you to document Flip's contract negotiation down until they resign or he leaves.
Yeah.
And if you don't, I'm gonna think.
And the last time I checked, it was 30 days. And now
that they had to do it.
Yeah.
It seemed like they hit an extension on that shit.
I was about to say, because nigga, it should be day 20.
Yeah, it feels like they hit it. I don't know. The whole thing, it's like
Talking about that contract?
Yeah, the contract.
They've been talking about it, but his contract ain't up for a while, I think.
Yeah, but
what about the other two niggas? Ice and Ish.
Theirs is like, I think in the spring, I believe.
I thought theirs was coming up soon too.
Spring. It's not spring?
No, not yet. It's fall next. Then winter. Then spring.
What the fuck?
Wait a minute, is that serious?
No, that's not.
You forgot the order?
Wait. I'm tripping.
You are. You tripping, right?
Yeah, you're tripping. Yeah.
But I don't know. That is kind of weird that if it's over a year away or 8 months away, it's like they talk about this shit like they have 30 deals. They be talking about the contracts like they have 30 days to come to an agreement.
Because that's what Joe Budden said. The nigga was like, the contract is up
like
in
the
30 days.
renegotiation type shit.
And that's why we're going on a 30-day run.
Flip went live because Danny did make a video about Joe and Flip having contract negotiations right now that aren't going well. And he posted some of the stuff that Flip was talking about. You know, like Flip was going live and like, I don't know, that's not good. Like Flip was going live talking about how they can't come to an agreement and like saying that Joe wants me to sign an amendment, which pretty much I think Joe was trying to amend himself out of the contract that he originally put in place for Flip. Something about it makes it seem like Joe is trying to change the contract before the date. That's why they're even having these contract negotiations, because maybe after he saw a certain level of potential, he's like, I don't know, bro. It doesn't seem like an automatic pay raise. It sounds like, I don't know what it's at, but maybe it's a contract for work, like amount of hours I want you to be putting in or something like that. I don't know what they're beefing over. And they did say it was the money. So they did say one of the things was the money, but
how much is Flip worth?
A lot.
He's worth a lot to them.
He's brought a lot more like new energy.
The second most cut off the show, right? Like, would you say that?
In terms of pay, he should get the second biggest
right
cut.
after, of course.
Oh yeah, after Joe, but
yeah, he started a new show for them. He brought more eyes to the YouTube. He did a lot.
I mean, he created that impulsive
improper improv. Yeah, he did
improper improv. That's what it was. And it's like, and to be fair, Danny said this in the video, but that is some real shit. Like, well, for me alone, I've always been a Joe Budden clip person. I watch the 15, 20 minute clips. I haven't watched full episodes except since I'll name this podcast Later Era. But
God damn.
Yeah, pretty much. But I've always been a clip person.
Yeah.
But I have noticed. But Flip really did have me tuning in on Wednesdays for Improper Improv. The shit was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
The nigga was live. He had a wheel, was spinning, and every Wednesday it was just like
a new
something
guest.
crazy, and it was like it was brainless, great entertainment.
It was
honestly.
madness. It was hot fly nonsense.
I be riding, driving to an appointment at work. Then let me see. Oh, he's live. Let me see what Flip doing. This nigga has a 12-foot snake that he's just like.
That shit was like silent library. It's just
and it was almost like like watching black people do white shit.
Yeah.
Is always going to be entertaining.
Yeah,
It was like that's how every Wednesday was.
Or
They got some like naked bitch chilling and they paint her.
Yeah,
like that.
that was a fire episode.
That was fire.
Like when I saw
Shit was
that, I
hilarious.
was like,
I bet
oh
this was
no,
fire.
this is top tier. Like, this is top tier content.
Yeah, they
right
playing the
here.
music
The
and
nigga
having
is
conversation
live.
and doing shit. Yeah,
He's having he's got all
They
he's got the
painting,
whole
they got
cast
canvases.
painting a naked girl off camera,
Yeah.
and he's asking the girl
Questions,
questions and shit. I'm like, oh, he's cooking. Like this
It's
is
like
it.
Snoop's GGN. This is
Yeah,
madness.
bro. And I was like, that was
It was
a
cooking.
genius.
It was cooking.
So yeah, he is worth a lot, but it's like maybe he was paying him too much. I don't know because it's weird too.
I think he's asking for what he's worth based on what he's put in, and I think Joe's not willing to give him the extra. And I think that might be where it's all going. That's what I'm deducing based on how much he's put into it.
How much more he's asking, because we also got to remember, and the only reason I know all this is piping hot tea. You know what I'm saying? Is because Dandy's videos are so thorough, which I can understand how as Joe Budden, this is driving me crazy, nigga. Like you keep reminding us that I did give Flip a loan to get him out of tax trouble. So they got that hanging over their business relationship too. Like, I want you on the show. One, I understand you're maybe 150,000, 200,000. You owe the IRS and they on your head. I'll pay it for you. We'll lower your pay a little bit. I think that makes a lot of sense.
It's like getting in a car accident in a company van.
You kind of got an advanced loan too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have just hired you and gave you a regular pay, but I'm also helping you out of tax debt, so I don't have to worry about my fucking co-host getting arrested for tax evasion or some wild shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at that point, I have to pay you lower. But now you can't come to me later. I have to pay you lower because I gave you an advance, not on your pay. On like I gave you a friend loan,
But
on
that
top
doesn't
of
matter.
on top of employment.
But that shouldn't matter.
Okay.
Like a friend loan shouldn't matter. On
actually,
top of
that is a good point.
That's two different types of loans.
That
It
is
depends
a
on
good
if you
point.
use the business credit for
That's
it.
true.
But
It depends on if he
that's an
coded it into his
agreement
pay.
that they both agree with.
That's true, but maybe Flip is on some shit like, I don't like this lower paycheck that I'm getting back because we're booming. I've gotten you.
Yeah.
I started this booming ass show. Can you start paying me what I'm worth? And Joe's like, nigga, do you remember when I already gave you an advance pay?
you
And
remember?
helped you? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like, yeah, you should technically be getting paid more, but we already did an agreement that nobody else would do. I'm getting you out of tax debt or issues, whatever the fuck the number was. You know what I'm saying?
There also might be like an angle of, if I pay you this amount of money, the team is looking at you different. Like in wintertime in season 2.
I thought about that too.
When
I
Magic
thought
Johnson
about
got
that.
that lifetime contract,
Yeah.
everybody else is like, so who the fuck are we?
Yeah,
I thought about
exactly.
that too.
But on the flip side of that, it's like, nigga, I came in here and I'm a team member, and look how much I've done for the team. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? On flip side of it is like, my nigga, if you really think about it, you got two niggas over here who really don't do anything outside of the pod for the pod. I do everything outside of the pod. Mel does more for the pod than they do outside of the pod.
Talking about Ice and Ish.
Yeah, as far as like,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
it's just doing a lot for the pod now.
Okay.
But like doing interviews and all the extra shit and bringing like, you know what I'm saying? Bringing other eyes
Oh,
in.
yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
the only
bringing
place
other
I know I
eyes
can
in.
find you is
Marketing.
You know what I'm saying?
is on those days.
But
yeah,
Mel is
yeah.
doing like little videos with her ass out and bringing shit in, and like
Yeah, she
Flip is
keep her shit
doing
lit still.
Flip is doing lives and
She's
all this
doing
other
her
extra
best.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
She's being social at least. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
being
So
a
like,
vixen.
she's not doing the best on the pod, but outside the pod, she's bringing more eyes.
yeah, she's doing that. She's doing that part.
Yeah.
she's drawing her
She's
attention.
trying to promote and do certain things. And
That
like,
is true.
Yeah.
But that does also present a thing though. That can't be just like swept under the rug, like somebody coming in and automatically getting a higher pay. You know what I mean?
yeah,
that
that's,
even
looks
if,
a certain way.
Even if it's completely justified, and even if the people Ice and Ish feel like it's justified as well too, it still might just change these niggas.
dynamic.
Every day they come in, they're like, this nigga's
It's definitely going to. I
You
don't
know
see
what
how
I'm
it could.
yeah, and it's like you're not supposed to. I'm sure that nobody knows how much their numbers are, their raw
Right.
numbers
You're
are.
not supposed to know that.
I feel like they don't know.
Nah,
you know what
none
I'm
of
saying
us
between
niggas
each other.
Nah, I know Flip is asking.
They don't know. They about
Probably.
to find out, nigga. I feel like this might start a lot of tough conversations.
Shit, I
Because
know
once you
what,
start comparing too many notes, then
I will
everybody
say
comes
one
to the
thing,
boss differently.
when the whole Royal Mall thing was happening, did we ever get raw numbers? I never felt like we got numbers, right?
No.
They
Raw,
kept.
no.
Nah,
we kept it. We didn't ever even have ballpark numbers.
Yeah, nah,
during
but that's
that-
in contract. You can't
the
release that
only
info.
company that I remember
You can't
that
talk
we've
about
ever
that.
heard
Can't
numbers.
leave that number out.
Right, but
can't put that out.
some
Yeah.
people break that shit anyway.
Some
They don't
people
give
do. Some
a
people
fuck.
do.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
I'm just saying that's probably why. But go ahead though.
yeah, but No Jumper is the only company that I can realize to this day.
AD.
That I remember to this day that not even AD, it was AD, Blasey, House Phone, all of them
Oh,
talking.
facts,
All of them, they all, there was more than, it was about 5 or 6 of them, T-Rail, they all talked about at some point what their pay rate
Yeah.
was. So it's like, that was the only time. And then, but even in their case, it's different. We can justify their pay almost because it was a company. There's multiple shows. You're only here for 2 hours a week putting this work. So we can all understand that. But I wonder what that. So that Adam's pay made sense to us. You know what I'm saying? Or it made sense to me. You know what I mean?
How much was them niggas making a week though? Like,
The Adam niggas?
yeah, AD. And
It was
like
for-
8,500 to.
No, it was like it wasn't that much. They were getting like $5 to $6 grand a month from No Jumper because they had flat rate appearance. So camera appearances, you
Yeah.
got a flat rate. So it was I think it was $300 or it was like $200 or $150 or $300 every camera appearance. So they'll be on.
Them niggas on every show ever.
Yeah, if they did the news multiple days or they were just
Yeah,
popping
yeah.
up. I think AD was on a couple different ones, and then he was also sending in other expenses like gas and stuff like that. I think, and all that together was equaling out to around 5 to 6. So it was like, he was,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't know. That kind of makes sense, but I wonder what a nigga like on the Joe Budden podcast, where this is just the show, it's just
Right.
the podcast.
Right.
Like, how are those worked out? A long-term podcast person, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
especially Joe's already been through his whole thing, you know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like,
It's a little escapade.
but hearing him
Rory
say that he
Moore.
wanted hearing Flip expose that he wanted to amend his contract makes me feel like Joe thinks there was some sort of mistake on his end on the contract that he didn't get right, and that might not have to do.
Nah, I think Joe got him where you want him, and I think he just don't want to. He don't want to switch it.
But he said Joe wants him to amend it though. Joe,
Man, I think he's. go ahead.
Flip said Joe wants to amend the contracts and redo them, which means he wants to cancel what they originally.
So he
put
feels
together.
like he paid too much for what he's getting.
Well, I think that's probably toward the renegotiation side. You know what I'm saying?
Either pay too much
Or pay too low.
or not pay too low. I think what I think it is I think he didn't put enough requirements for him to physically be there.
Right. Right.
Because
that's true.
I think
Yeah,
that's really what
yeah.
it is. So like,
It's
Joe,
like, I need you here more.
Joe saw what Improper did, and I think maybe even say they record 4 podcasts a week. His contract says he only has to show up to 2, but he shows up to 4 because he wants to show up to 4. But if at any point legally, Queen's Flip could show up to only 2. But Joe knows how important he's been and how
To the
much
whole
he's
thing.
helped.
Yep.
Yeah.
He might want to keep the money the exact same,
Yep.
but require his presence more. You know
That
what I'm
sounds
saying?
like the closest to the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so possibly, who knows? But it's interesting too that like just that was even brought up. He wants to amend the contract. I was like, what the fuck?
Amend the contract.
Yeah,
I
I'm
never
like-
even heard that term.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, did you make a dire mistake on this contract? Like,
Yeah.
what did you fuck up that you're like,
With Queen.
yeah,
with
to where
Flip.
you're just like, hey, let's just start over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That just sounds kind of crazy. So
Trust me, this would be better for both of us.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, as you rub your
it makes you
hands.
realize how
Yeah.
favorable your contract is. You know what I'm saying? You're like, no,
Exactly.
I'll keep this one.
Right.
Why you want to switch this?
Or it might just be some crazy ass reverse psychology.
It could be. We never know what Joe is.
Like this might just be expert level pipping.
Yeah.
and I'm not built for it. You know
You're
what
not
I'm saying?
manipulated enough to
Mine has
understand.
gone
it.
to some deep
Nigga
places.
Joe does have a bad history with contracts though.
He
Especially
does.
when it comes
Joe
with
doesn't
his
care about
employees.
contracts.
when he's in them, but
Yeah.
Joe doesn't respect contracts or his friends.
I think he does respect. Well, I think he does now.
I think so.
Way more.
He
now,
just don't
for sure.
respect Rory.
I think he respects the consequences of breaking contracts.
Yeah.
He's a corporate guy.
But yeah, that's it for them though. Let's see.
About to say, man.
Did you start the video over when we started the show?
No.
You didn't. Okay, so we're really at 2 hours.
Yep.
Okay. Pause.
You was about to call that man champagne poppy.
Pause. because I'm looking at his Instagram post.
That is deep.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's
Why do we
crazy,
keep
though.
letting him get away with
But
this?
that's crazy though. I really was about to just,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That was
You almost
crazy.
called another man daddy.
I did know for real, bro. That was crazy.
Yeah, and with Spanish lingo.
Yeah,
Yes.
bro. That was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm champagne. It's not even like he's the vodka king.
Before I even
Lord of
finished it,
liquor.
I felt so violated,
Bubbly,
bro.
nigga.
Champagne, nigga.
Nigga, I
bubbly.
said champagne. What am I doing, bro? What am I doing?
The hesitation was your testosterone.
It's like, nigga, what the fuck? What is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit sounded crazy.
Nigga,
All
pussy
right.
got wet.
Drake.
Excuse me? Sorry.
Yeah, that shit just flew under the radar a little bit. God damn.
What is that?
That's Patreon content.
Right. I'll listen to it later because I don't know what he said. But Drake
I don't even repeat it.
took shots at Charlamagne for what Charlamagne said on
Brilliant.
The Last Brilliant Idiots, how Drake dropped that song Slime with SZA and nobody cared pretty much.
That's what I just saw XXL tweet out that it just broke all records.
With the
Really?
song?
Yeah, like Drake.
Right
Drake
after
has,
that happens, though?
Drake has one more record to go #1 until he beats Michael Jackson. SZA's the first black woman to have 2 hits on the radio
At the same time.
you
Yeah,
know,
it
some
sounds
shit
like
that.
he paid
it's one
for
of
some
those.
advertising.
So Charlamagne did address it this morning on the Breakfast Club, and he was saying, I mean, he joked around and said, "Yeah, I told y'all that me and Drake have this relationship where it's like he wants me to shit on his projects before they come out, help him get attention and shit like that." I don't believe it. It was all sarcastic because even when they even brought up the topic on Breakfast Club, which honestly I couldn't even believe I was watching the Breakfast Club. That was kind of strange. Just,
Right.
just more that I even
To
clicked that.
realize what was happening.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what the
Damn.
fuck? I'm watching the Breakfast Club, like.
I mean, why are you surprised? The Breakfast Club.
Because I haven't done it for a regular topic in so long. Like,
Yeah, it's 'cause-
outside of an interview, pretty
Yeah,
much. You know what I mean?
but-
Like, I clicked it because the headline made me click. I was like, damn, this hasn't happened in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what
They
I'm
got some
saying?
good writers in there. Yeah,
You gotta knock the dust off the algorithm.
Yeah. So it was
the
like
headlines.
that kind of. I was thinking that as I was watching it, but
Drizzy.
yeah, you pull up the what Drake was saying. Drake was he was really like letting him have it. He was going with the Leonard shit and everything.
Man, he called
Nah,
him
that was
corny.
like that was softball shit.
It was still light, but the fact
If you listen to
We're talking about
if you listen to
paragraphs
more than
again.
2 hours of Charlamagne the God, you probably heard more than most of this shit.
But you see, when you repost Charlamagne the God when he was dark skinned, that's personal. You know what I
That's
mean?
true, yeah.
You can't be doing that shit.
It wasn't just this paragraph message. We already said
the
paragraph.
picture was
Yeah.
hilarious.
The paragraph is crazy, but the fact that you making like pictures,
Yeah, exactly.
like I googled images of you,
And you found the right one.
exactly, so I can properly cook you.
He learned from Pusha T.
Yeah, low key.
Yeah,
He learned his lesson, low key.
yeah,
A
nigga.
picture's worth 1,000 words.
Hey,
Yeah, right. Yeah, dog. Yeah. So you want to read it?
Are you okay, Leonard? You kind of.
Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard. There's no one with that name. Lynn.
It's Leonard.
Leonard.
Oh my God.
Leonard.
Smoke's Corner.
Are you okay, Leonard? You kind of weirding me out, G. Like you really obsessed with me or something. For years, like you look in the mirror and wish you saw my reflection type shit.
Damn.
That's
Not a damn.
deep.
That's a high
You
level
look in the
Drake.
reflection and you want to see my. You look in the mirror and you want to see my reflection. But he said, whatever you gotta do, let it out. I'm sure your 435 loyal fans will stand by you. You fucking goof. What's up with the 400?
I think that's a reference to the bottles.
The bottles?
Yeah.
He
I
said-
saw somebody in the comments saying that was like a reference to the bottles.
He sells
What-
bottles.
What
Maybe
bottles?
The
maybe
bottles that you gonna maybe send bottles to
So maybe-
Charlamagne. You remember that bar in the
I
Big Mill
remember that,
disc?
but because I do
That was a
remember,
whole moment that
and I do remember Charlamagne
rapper.
saying everybody kept buying him bottles after that. So maybe that was the number he mentioned one time. That ever since that, people I can count.
Lord.
I don't
But
know. That's
you
a
reach-
reach.
You not
That's
lying,
a great
though.
picture. That looks like a
Yeah.
mental health awareness picture.
I think it was from a mental health website, low key.
That looks like the face of anxiety.
Yeah. They can see
In
this
deep
too, right?
thought.
I was just zooming in so they could see first.
Yeah, in deep thought.
And deep thought about how you the off-brand Morris Chestnut. See, like, if you listen to Charlamagne, you've heard that a billion times. Like,
Yeah.
he says that as a compliment.
Honestly, these roasts are hitting harder because they're Drake. I don't expect them to be a good roast.
Look,
I'm just gonna be real.
They're
Like,
Canadian roasts.
exactly. So it's like you look in the reflection and want to be me. That's a dig for him. Like, that's deep for him. Like, if y'all said that, I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? That's what you came up with? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be disappointed if y'all said that because it's just like.
But if we rapped it,
I'm just as disappointed as him saying it because it's not true. I don't think Charlamagne ever would want Drake's life.
No, I don't think so either, but I'm just saying, I'm going off the intention. The bars are whack in terms of this. I'm going off the intention of he was actually trying to hurt him.
What? How bad can you like go at a nigga when you're like the biggest star in the world? You got all the eyes on you.
It's
Can't really say too much.
It's kind of crazy that he woke up and was just like, oh, he's getting smoke on this story tonight.
Over that. So that makes it even more feel like it's true. And Drake is very sensitive about that.
Nah, it's not just about this. It's about what happened a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. This is a reoccurring thing with these two.
It's a reoccurring
like Charlamagne
thing.
is just
honestly, the whole Charlamagne and Drake thing has been dead for so long.
No, not to Drizzy. Drizzy hold grudges.
But then remember they squashed beef. They talked about it on the Brilliant Idiots how he met up with him at one of his concerts in the dressing room, and they just they kicked it for like 30 or 40 minutes or something like that.
Drake will lick
just
his
talking
hand.
and laughing and shit.
Drake will lick his hand and dap you up.
He's one of them disrespectful.
Probably.
Yeah, you're right.
Give a good wipe. What's up?
He probably pumped his ass cheek for 5 minutes before he walked in the room.
Yeah.
What's up, mate?
Yeah, I shook his hand, but you know.
You think it's all love. You like, damn.
I fucking spit in my hand.
Why your hands so warm, Drizzy?
Yeah, you know what I'm
Shit
saying?
moist.
Oh, sorry. I just sweat a lot.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Knowing it spit.
And he an actor too, so it's like
yeah, he's selling it.
He could get in that character.
He was an actor.
It is interesting that I didn't think that was that felt like some fucking the Brilliant Idiots started making headlines, and I stand behind what I remember. We had this conversation.
You saw that shit?
Get a cane, nigga.
Yeah, Lauren. Goddamn, man, I feel so bad. That shit look terrible.
Oh,
Lauren fucked himself up.
Lauren has an injured back.
Yeah, but
he's walking around like he's in a retirement home.
Yeah, low key. But I remember when we were talking about the Brilliant Idiots back in the day, and I was saying I don't feel like Brilliant Idiots were really going viral and hitting mainstream media like that before. Bro, when like for the first 5 years that they were out,
mainstream, no,
where it was like everybody was posting them. But I feel like now, recently, within this last year, that's happened more often.
I feel like they've sneakily affected pop culture.
Yeah,
there's a lot of conversations that they also had very early on that became like main topics.
There's conversations we've had.
Yeah,
in our car, 18 and high.
But nobody saw those.
But that doesn't. We still had the conversation.
But it's different when you got a couple 100,000 niggas listening to your show.
Not really. It doesn't really count if a conversation that we all enjoyed 5 years ago they had on the podcast is a trending topic now if they're not using that clip.
I wouldn't even say 5 years in between. I would say like a couple weeks after.
Oh,
like when they talked about
no, that's what I'm saying. That's been happening this year for sure. Yeah, that has been happening this year. But I feel like back in the day, bro, it was like, yeah, we were Laura fans, but nigga, they were not going viral back then.
Because
bro.
I think we're all sleeping on the 𝔓𝔏 effect. Schultz is a figure now. Like that matters when he speaks.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not one person carrying the hot takes.
You know what I'm saying? He matters now when he speaks. It's like this nigga Andrew Schultz, that crazy white boy did that shit again, or whoever. You know what I'm saying?
Public
like,
opinion matters the most.
Yeah.
But this is also the most that Charlamagne has ever personally marketed Brilliant Idiots.
That's true.
Before it kind of felt like something he would just do in his backyard and like just not talk about.
I remember what you said last time, and we got hit.
What?
A blank rag in the closet.
Oh yeah, that's one of those words that's right there.
Yeah,
it's one of my go-tos.
I thought you were about to go. I was like, don't say it, please don't say it, because that's
nah.
Yeah, but
less.
But yeah, I guess this people have been saying that, but I guess that's true. Shit, I never noticed the promotion. I noticed they never went viral like that before, but so I guess he wasn't promoting it before.
He wasn't talking about it for real.
Because he has a corporate job. You can't tell your corporate boss and your friends about what you really do.
Yeah, you can. I mean? When your job is doing the same thing that you do in your backyard, he's a commentator.
Yeah, but that it's also on loudspeaker. Nigga, we gave you the black effect. I better only hear you. So it is kind of, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's different. He has a different job at the black effect. His job isn't to carry it with his podcast. But he's on the operations.
He was a lot more flagrant.
I bet what they're thinking, it'd be nice if you can carry it with your podcast. Thanks. But it's not. He can't. It's on loudspeaker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, so it's different. You know what I'm saying? But he's still promoting it more than he ever has for the last 10 years that this fucking podcast has been out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
These niggas been making some headlines recently.
Honestly, yeah, that too. But I just feel
what
like
headlines though? Like y'all keep saying these headlines.
Okay, when I say headlines, I'm saying
Where are
like
these headlines?
somebody say something on a podcast and it ends up on the Shade Room.
And now it's a conversation amongst mainstream people.
And I'm not talking about it going on like CNN or some shit like that, but at least making its online rounds.
And there's a few conversations they've had. That's
yeah,
done that.
and then like we're watching other people talk about or commentate on it. Like I'm talking that level. Yeah,
it's kind of like Beyonce shit, all them shit.
It's kind of like when we asked where the fuck is Wax.
Exactly.
Right.
And everybody like now it's a whole topic.
It's more like when we did the Big Sloth video.
Yeah, that too.
And Poetic Flacco picked it up and made a video about that information that we presented to the market, like or that conversation that we were having. Like they're doing that a lot more now.
You drop some new gems into the lexicon.
Yeah, that's than ever before. But I also feel like we also just help people just like highlighting and just playing things specifically from podcasts. Like I do believe the inception of this show has gotten a lot more people focusing and studying only different podcasts and watching and reporting on that. Like I do feel like that as well too.
So we're helping the culture.
For sure.
We're also hurting it probably too a little bit.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think we're
not hurting the culture, but maybe hurting feelings and causing unintended beefs.
I don't think it's.
I think it said we're the middleman.
Essentially, we the milkman. Man.
I don't think
the
so
real
at all.
father.
I don't think so at all. I'm gonna be real. I think Homeroom University has pioneered a new creation and lane, and we're right at the forefront. And as long as we keep doing our thing, we can lock ourselves in as one of the godfathers of this lane of podcasting for sure.
And mold the lane is what we
and
fully
mold the
wanted to
lane
be.
as well too.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying we are like we could fuck around and have the same effect that Complex list did. To where it's
That's
like
fine.
when you get into the whole ranking and the critiquing of a certain art form,
that's fine.
Now these niggas get a little bit more competitive.
That's fine. These checks spend the same though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
For them, that's fine. But it's niggas when niggas got on Sports Center and shit. It was like, nigga, are you talking about me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to deal with it. Tasha K did say something that in the No Jumper interview, she literally said, and I just screen recorded that part. She was like, it's funny. She said because us media people, boy, we act different when our name's in the title. She said it. She was like, she's like, it's gonna happen, but she said you do it to. She's like, we do it to everybody. As soon as our name is in there, nigga, we kind of lose it. And I was like, that's some real shit though. Like, she understands that. She's somebody that like you can make the content about. You get it. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's also just it's a shock that's happening too, where it's like this used to be people's refuge. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
when the roles are reversed,
but when people start critiquing your refuge thing, it starts fucking up the game a little bit. When Complex makes a list and said these are the best 10 personalities, it's like several people on those lists have always taken it as a fucking serious thing.
Right.
But a lot of those people were there. Maybe half the list was like, this is some cool shit that I do.
Right.
Yeah,
And now I got niggas talking about just the shit I was just doing for just to pick up a little bag, a little extra
Shits
income.
and giggles.
Yeah.
Like you gotta think
you ruining my fucking my fucking cheat bag.
They rank niggas based on their opinions. How could you not expect them to not have opinions on these rankings?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is what we do for a living.
Exactly.
But these are the things that solidify a sport. And once you have a sport, they become competitive.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And media is battling with each other at all times.
Yep.
CNN is always trying to poach from Fox, and Fox is always trying to poach from CNN. It's just what it is.
ESPN, FS1.
Exactly. Which we're all fighting for the same to convert and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So. But yeah, I think it's interesting.
Fighting for eyes.
The fuck? How do we even get to talking about that?
What exactly?
What did this topic start with? I can't remember.
Oh, it started with Drake and Charlamagne.
Yeah, Drake and Charlamagne
shit.
beefing.
Yeah, nah.
We just went into a real deep podcast conversation. I mean, it all kind of stems from it.
It was there.
I don't think they dislike each other enough.
But you know what? Also, too, I'm gonna be real. I didn't give any fucks about this shit to even put it on the list. It's just I didn't realize this wasn't going to stop yet.
Yeah.
I said, fuck it, we have to cover it. Like, this is one of those topics.
Yeah.
You never thought Drake was going to say something.
And honestly, he didn't say enough for us to talk about for that long. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we didn't. We made it something else.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
And it is promo month. You know, he got a project dropping
so
soon.
he kind of has to do some of this.
So it's like, you know, let me fuck with Charlamagne a little bit. Why not?
Let me keep my name hot.
And light-skinned niggas and dark-skins been warned since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
This is just a tried and true folklore.
He's not even dark skinned no more.
Man.
How you feel about that, AJ?
Compared to,
Because he's really like your color. Like you're not dark skinned, but you're on the darker side. You know what I mean?
But honestly, no. But I don't feel no type of way because when you really look at them old pictures of Charlamagne, his face was fucked up.
Yeah,
like,
it was
yeah, nah,
he actually needed to get that.
yeah, I didn't
you know what I mean, realistically.
I didn't realize how like so many different like shades were on his
Yeah.
face until you pull up old pictures. And shit. You're like, damn, you really needed a dermatologist.
You know, yeah, somebody
And
really
even
just
then-
recommended that to him. Like, yeah, you should get a dermatologist. my
and
nigga.
even then they were old pictures, so it's like it's some Vlad videos where the lighting is piss poor.
That's
so
true.
he's just a black ass
Vlad-
nigga, but
Vlad
you can't
just
even see
dropped
the
one.
discoloration.
Vlad just dropped one too of like a remix.
Remember this?
A throwback or whatever. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was like face Charlamagne like era.
Face?
Raccoon
Oh,
face.
yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus
raccoon
Christ.
face.
He digs in those bags anytime something's going on.
Yeah, mark that area too, because that word gets us every
nose.
time.
What do you say?
Mark that area.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, because I'm gonna go through.
It's on that list.
It's on that list. The fact that we're ending it with it though.
But we're talking about an animal.
Right,
it sounds like
he let one off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he let one off. I just need to get that one. That's all.
I thought you said what?
Yeah, no, but yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah,
nah,
I don't
they-
feel no type of way about that. But like, if you ask me about Sammy Sosa, I'm like, boy, this nigga's fucked up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Sammy
Like,
Sosa.
This was egregious. Charlamagne's and Michael Jackson's are the only two bleachers I can understand.
Not Mike.
What?
Michael
I don't
Jackson's
even
for
understand
sure.
Michael Jackson's. And
Michael
I'm a
Jackson
huge Michael Jackson fan.
had vitiligo,
Nigga,
and he wanted to even that shit out.
You know how many people I've met with vitiligo in my life?
You think that's true?
It was a
But it's-
nigga with vitiligo.
It's different
That's-
when you Michael Jackson, nigga. You got bitches passing out at your concerts. There's a certain image that you feel like you probably got to uphold.
Bro, that's just like, it's just something, I don't know. Something like that is crazy to me. Like, if we're being real, you having vitiligo and just wanting to go all white,
All full
white, it's like, it doesn't make any sense to, it's like a nigga being albino. Bro, you're just albino. You're born that
But
way.
at least you want shade. Would you rather be albino or spotted like a Dalmatian?
No, but okay, there's models like Winnie Harlow, like
Yeah,
the ones that
a notable
wears
one.
just to
That's
like,
recent.
I worked with people, bruh. I just have known people my whole life. I've went to church with people with vitiligo.
Yeah.
I see a nigga with vitiligo at school. It's
Yeah.
just niggas with vitiligo.
Corporate niggas with vitiligo.
Bro,
Put it
it's
this way.
just-
Put it
it's
this
just
way.
a thing. Like,
If your foot started eroding off, and it was gonna come off,
But these
and you
niggas
had
are
the option
healthy.
to just take it off right now or just let it fall off, what would you do?
that's different because you're talking about the disease that's killing. Vitiligo is literally just
Amputation.
a skin thing. Like,
Yeah.
this shit isn't making them. It's not killing them. It's just it's just the common. It's just the texture their skin came
They
out.
probably use more
Or-
sunscreen and
So,
shit like that.
can you
but
liken
it's-
it-
Exactly. It's like little. You just got a little bit. Your SPF got to be a little
Can
bit
you liken
higher.
it to alopecia and getting some stuff in your hair?
Alopecia. What do you mean?
That shit with that _𝙾𝚃 said with the hair's coming out.
Oh, you start to like lose
Yeah,
hair.
it's
or
like
whatever like that?
yeah.
Yes.
So it's not killing you, but it's like making you look a little different. so you try to do something to
I
cover
don't
that.
know.
Alopecia can cause you harm. And
I think it
itchiness.
can cause you harm.
Vitiligo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Vitiligo, you still breathing the
It's
same.
literally,
eating
it's
the
literally
same.
a birthmark. Like
Yeah.
you're born with birthmarks.
I
That's
think
just
some people
gross.
got different sensitivities though.
For sure.
I think
Possibly
for sure.
where the sun might be more intense.
Like the
for
sun
you,
is a lot more intense for some people than
Yeah,
others.
but you think you want more of the melanin? Not you don't want to go white.
Yeah.
I don't want to cook now.
Can you re-melanize yourself? And
I
when
don't
did
know if you
just
can
lose it?
remelanize yourself, but I would for sure be trying to hold on to as much protection as I fucking can.
Nigga, she comes up when you type in vitiligo.
Exactly.
You know how like
Exactly.
Mark that's
Exactly.
Now, this is now.
vitiligo
And you
does
do
not
gotta
come.
understand that some things.
Bro, before I saw bad bitches that had vitiligo, I saw people at church with vitiligo.
For sure, for
Like
sure,
it's just
for sure.
I've
Yeah.
seen people with vitiligo. It's
And there's a level of respect you give a person who has something that's different and they know how to own it and become
I've
themselves.
just
and move
never treated somebody with vitiligo
Yeah.
differently.
And it talks about treatments which vary in effectiveness are usually designed to restore the color of the affected patches of the skin.
So which means go back,
Go
black,
back,
right?
revert black.
Yeah, and these niggas are going the opposite direction.
Yeah, well, Michael Jackson.
And let's be fair, bro. When we saw Jackson 5, Michael Jackson didn't have vitiligo on his fucking face, bro.
Yeah, which is strange.
You know what I'm saying? It's
I don't
not.
think it started yet.
I think you're born with vitiligo.
Yeah.
I
Nah,
don't,
it's different. It's different for everybody. Because my girl sister, she just started getting white spots on her, and she's like 15, but she has vitiligo now. It just started happening within the
So
last
you can
3
Yeah,
years.
get
it
it.
manifests in the
Dude,
second
it
and
could
third
just
decade.
happen.
Second and third decade of life is when it believes to be acquired.
okay.
Yeah.
So not everybody's born with
Not
it.
everybody it just comes out the womb like that.
It's very rare. Very rare.
Okay, so 30 to 40% of those cases. So 70 to 60% of the people are born with it, and then 30 to 40% of them get it later in second or third stage of their life.
I think so. I didn't really.
And then when you look at the timeline of when he got it.
Oh no, positive family history is present in 30%. So your family history is present, but you don't get it until second or third decade of life. But if it's present in your family, then you have a chance of getting it because.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, I went to school with that kids of my age, and they had that shit. That
was
good.
Make fun of them?
And I mean, these niggas are playing basketball and football with me. Like, they were just regular people.
You
Like,
just don't know, when you just don't know what it is, though, you just question.
Yeah, like I had a teacher with vitiligo, and it was like
that's not what Charlamagne had. He just got fucking spots.
But we talking about Michael Jackson. And my thing is, I'm not saying that I would do that in those circumstances, but I do understand where you're coming from.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You're a pop star, nigga. You know how much shit pop stars do to upload their image? That's not the worst.
I don't know. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, nah, man. I wouldn't do that. I don't even think Michael Jackson had vitiligo.
I don't either. I don't believe that shit.
Part of me tries to connect, like, all right, the shit at the little event, like when he was doing the pre-show. What was it?
Oh, the meet and greet or whatever like that.
Sound test.
Oh yeah.
When he was doing the sound test and it blew up in his face, whatever, the sparks went flying in his face.
Right.
I be trying to connect, like, because I think that's when it really happened.
He might have caught a burn that didn't heal.
And it might have been a little grease burn, like just a little spot.
I know what you're saying, where it canceled the color out.
But he's doing them Quaaludes at that time.
Allegedly.
I connected the story. Look, it's creating itself.
It was in the nigga's autopsy.
His autopsy confirmed that he had it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where though? Where?
The nigga paid a doctor thousands of dollars.
It was on a bro. Yeah, I can't believe none of that shit.
He was addicted to drugs, nigga.
And no, not you. We can't just say addicted to drugs. He was like
he was addicted to sleep.
We all thought that he was wearing a glove for another reason, but really he just didn't want niggas to see that shit.
He was wearing the glove to hide the hand.
Oh yeah, that's right. But
come on,
you think that's
dog.
freaking us out, bro? I feel like people from the beginning. Okay, this is the thing about vitiligo. It's not killing nobody. So even back when the internet wasn't even a thing, people knew there was old people with vitiligo. You know what I'm saying?
Vitiligo wasn't, it wasn't like HIV or AIDS.
It doesn't kill you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Y'all niggas are talking from your perspectives. Just because y'all could get vitiligo and not have your self-esteem ruined doesn't mean it's going to fuck Michael Jackson.
It's a self-esteem thing for people, I guess.
It is, yeah. Yeah, because I'm over here like, fuck.
You over here telling the king of pop to be more confident.
Pretty much, yeah.
Shit, somebody got to.
Shit, and now that vitiligo is fucking popping, I might think if I start getting vitiligo,
popping now.
Like, nigga, I might get more pussy off
vitiligo. Wasn't popping back then.
If I get me a nice pattern, you know what I'm saying? Like,
chill out.
I get me a nice pattern on my hand or on my face or some shit.
What if it's
like getting your face tatted without the consequence?
What if it's like a raw squash test? How you say that shit? The blotches.
What are you talking about?
Rorschach. It never be. You don't ever see like it's the white.
Type in Rorschach.
The white page. It's got like black splotches and it's like
he's a vigilante.
You express what you see.
I know what you're talking about.
That says something about you.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Why does that look so like artistic?
Because that's what it is.
And you're supposed to just tell other people what you see.
Most of the shit I see was just random ass like latches.
Y'all never seen
Batman
Watchmen?
Batman, he only saw bats, of course.
Bats and dead parents.
But that therapist was sexy as fuck, boy. God, that was like the old school Batman. But
okay,
I think that's it. What happened that we were like, we'll look at later?
Are you talking about this? The Joe Budden responds.
Tasha K? Yeah. Let's look at
Budden responds.
Yeah, Joe Budden responds to Tasha
Urban
K. Might have to go back a little bit.
Yeah, that's where it looks like the what you call it starts.
Just running back just a little bit. He gets it cracking pretty quickly.
I got you. Big
Ed don't waste no time.
No, I just noticed that the first part of it, and I'm gonna go back. I'm just letting you know the first part of it because I'm still waiting for lower thirds to go. But first part of it was Tasha K's live, so that's why I moved forward. But
I do kind of want a refresher course so that I can go into so I can receive because I got to remember what energy she was coming. So I could judge Joe's response correctly.
All right, man. Play that beautiful black woman again, man.
I love how this nigga always finds some nice serene areas to film at.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same spot every time.
With nature, it could either be the same or different. Like it's just beautiful background.
Nature is never the same.
I wonder how long Big Ant's been doing. It's Big Ant, right?
Right?
The Big Ant.
Yeah.
Because
I wonder how long he's been doing this like outdoor reaction style. Because if he's been doing this format for a long time, he was kind of ahead of the game in terms of doing those reactions that they be having on like TikTok and shit, where like the screen be split and the nigga just be like.
And where is it that like there's no flies? It's no like. It just seems like a beautiful day.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think he's in Carolina.
I thought he was
close to it.
I thought he was in Texas.
I think he's from Texas, but I thought he was in Carolina.
Oh, I don't know.
Shout out Texas.
That might be.
Well, drop in the comment, brother, where you from, because we're gonna tag you in this. So hopefully you'll see it. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
about to say as if it was you.
Yeah.
That's a real. That's a real Jesus piece.
Because my interview with Adam is nothing compared to what I did for Joe Budden. I said, it's gotta be black media.
I lied.
And it's gotta be. Joe is all bark, but no bite. He says what people want to hear to get their attention. But when it comes to putting the money on the table to pay the bill, you gonna have to be knocking on that door looking for that money. Oh, he's gotta comb through the interview. He's gotta make sure this and make sure that. I bodied each and every one of those black men to the point that all of them said after they were done, we're winos. Tasha, you can come back here anytime you want. I sat outside and I had a conversation with this black man. I said, you know what's sad? Is that we cannot, as black media, stick together for the betterment of the people. And he was like, black media will never do it. Black media will never do it. And now, he's literally owning up to his own words.
Had a good weekend, but it's one lady who decided to talk about you this weekend. Just to clear up for the community, some people were just worried about why you chose her in general. Can you just explain why might you had respected her work at one time?
Oh, you talking about Shorty Doo-Wop?
Yes, indeed.
And keep in mind that we said at one time. That does this statement that he says has no reflection on how he may feel now.
No, listen. The girl's work ethic is her work ethic. Like, and she has it. Like, can't nobody take that away from her. I wanted to learn more about her. Clearly negligence on my part with that old her Cardi. They both seem to be entirely too passionate about whatever occurred for even a regular interview to go down. But the interview wasn't coming out not because of Cardi. Like I already told her, that interview was a problem legally, financially, and algorithmically. There was a lot going on in that interview. It would be foolish of me to just put out an interview with the girl that just got sued and lost for $4 million without checking this. So all of this up just happened to happen while my lawyers was looking at this. So
that's exactly right.
Listen, you play with pigs, you get mud on you.
Damn.
I don't have nothing to say. Let the people have their fun kicking my back, and I think I'm kind of like immune to it now. Like as long as they ain't affecting nothing in real life, I don't care.
Exactly.
I want to follow up on the pigs, playing the pigs with mud. I remember you saying you didn't.
I just think like it's really y'all can laugh, but I just really think that it's effective that he's listening and he's watching real time and saying like, yo, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do, like, and I'm seeing how all of y'all are acting. Like there's a strength in knowing like
just energy.
No, somebody
Why she keep jacking him off?
What is she talking about?
Spoke to Tasha K. It sounded like she had a lot of hurt in life and was just ready to hurt anybody else. Like that's just a very destructive type of energy. I wouldn't have got that from her without meeting her. Like meeting her and hearing her story, and it's like, oh, this is why you like this. It's like, oh, okay, this is why some things are maybe hindering your progress. This is why
this is what he's doing. He's taking that pity route. He's doing that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's doing exactly what she said that he would do. Like he'll just say anything that the people want to hear.
I think he's right though.
The only I do want to finish. It sounds like a lot of bullshit right now, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to learn anything else, legitimately from this.
Nigga,
but it's just.
It sounds like he's trying to save his ass.
That's exactly.
That's all it sounds like.
It sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Honestly,
sounds like he's trying to
a lot of
save his
this just sounds like complete shit. Like
you knew who she was, and first of all, he tried to make it seem like he kind of didn't know who she really was, which is like, nigga, why are you having it wrong if you don't really know who she was?
Shit, I didn't know all I had to do was send a DM.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I'm in New York, bro.
That's what I mean.
Homeroom University trying to slide on the Joe Budden podcast. What up?
And I think I don't know if she said this, but somebody said something about accountability with this nigga.
Okay, I will say
this nigga doesn't,
Now that is one thing that I will say that like I picked that up. This whole Cardi B and Tasha K thing, this was women's ego. Like they were going fucking crazy ego-wise on each other. Like a lot of this could have been prevented, and a lot of it happened because of ego. Like this is just I don't like this nigga.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of it. A lot of the beginning and a lot of it just
won't make
really
you suffer now, bitch.
It's really it was really fueled by that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of this shit.
Because she talked about in Adam interview, she was like, Cardi asked me to take it down, but she asked me like is it CUNT up there? Can we say that CUNT?
Probably not.
No,
probably not. But she was acting like a mean person.
A mean girl.
Yeah, she sounded like a mean girl, you know what I mean? About it.
Yeah.
So that's how it ended up
Do you want to keep listening? You want us to wait or just play it? Oh, all right.
Are you already watching?
How, nigga? Oh, you heard it on the way here? Yeah. Oh,
shit. This shit was this shit came out like 30 minutes before we started.
He might have been a little bit late to it.
Nigga Tony Magical.
Yeah, I guess. I'll play though.
Yeah, let's just watch a little bit more.
To this, the way you move, and it's still kind of low. I don't want to say low level, but it's
low vibrational.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
a lot of
disgusting.
That, so.
Lauren liked that word.
I ain't give a fuck.
Not to knock.
Go ahead, Dash.
Look at the picture.
So aside from the legal standpoint, which is a huge standpoint, did her doing any of those clickbait videos with you and Melissa Ford's name in the titles have anything to do with it? Or just a question
No, I don't care about them videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had a really good interview. I understand why she's pissed about it not coming out. It was great. Like all around the board, it was great. But yeah, there was a lot in there that could have been all bad fast. So it was great, but it was great at what cost, right? Like I don't gain nothing from putting this out and then having this whole world of trouble just happen to pop up out of nowhere. Like I gain absolutely nothing from this interview. Like it's not worth it.
So basically what we talked about.
I just thought it was a cool idea and a great way to end our vacation run.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokes.
Yeah. So it's basically what we talked about. The nigga, he didn't think he was going to be the butt in the joke.
Yeah.
He was ready for jokes.
And there's certain things that I don't, there's certain things that I do not believe at all. I don't believe it had anything legal to do with anything because her case is finished, which means at that point, you could talk about the case.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But not necessarily the case, but if she's saying new shit that she can get a defamation lawsuit for again, you don't want to be the platform that presents that. I'm not saying that she said more Cardi B shit or anything.
Like,
she might have just said some shit that he's like, that sounds a little, I don't know. Given her reputation, now he's thinking about it. He's second guessing it.
I think it's a good reason to just skirt off on some shit. Like, I think it's a good. There's plenty of ways. Like, if somebody gets on my platform and you say something, the only thing is you have to have a source, right? Like, that's the main thing. If you're breaking a new story, it's like, don't say this person's doing drugs. Did you see him doing drugs? Because you're the first person. I'm about to be the first person to say this.
All right.
So once everybody else says it, I can be like, my source is this person. Is there an article attached to it, right? Or whatever. So it's like, all right, well, yeah. Well, if it's the case, if you said some shit about other people, man, I'll have you sign some shit. If indemnify me.
Right.
Yeah,
She said it, not me, type shit.
If you get sued for some shit over here, nigga, that's on them, bro. That ain't got shit to do with me. Like, and I feel like it's easy. Like, I feel like it's got to be easy, bro. Like, it's got to be. I think that's a cop out, bro. Period.
Well, niggas use the law for a cop out so people don't ask questions.
Yeah, I think it's a cop out. I have 1,000,001 questions still. Like a nigga like me is not about to shut up just because you say it had legal ramifications. Which one? She already owes $4 million. I know it wasn't nothing about Cardi. Do we really think it was somebody else? Like, I don't know, bro. That shit was weird. The only thing that I do remember her saying, now she do be talking out of pocket. They had like they had a joke that they made on No Jumper, and pretty much they were saying that Jason Lee needs to be on PrEP. And I was like,
that's the HIV medicine?
Yes. I was like, these niggas are alluding to this. I said, that's crazy.
And if you keep doing little shit like that throughout the podcast, I can see Joe Budden getting scared.
Yeah, but I could
and
I'm talking about a moment that I could have. Adam could have took it out, but I don't think he was just like smart enough to take it out.
And if it's a bunch of little like subtle ass jabs to where like he's looking like it's questionable, he might just throw the whole episode away just because. I can see that happening.
He said she low vibration too.
Yeah, the bitch.
Yeah,
the girl said that.
And he agreed.
Oh, he agreed though.
Yeah, he agreed.
Yeah, he was like, but he did say, and he was like, she's kind of like a lower. She was like low vibration.
After she said that,
like, okay.
After she said that, I kind of woke up. I was like, who are these people? I was like, why are they all basically in a corner, in a circle, just jerking Joe off? Like, I don't even care, and I talk about it.
It's funny, man. One of those speakers, we met her at the Do-Rag Fest in Atlanta.
Get the fuck out of here.
Because I saw her name and I saw her picture, and I was like, I only knew one person on Instagram with that picture and that name like that, and I followed her for a while. I think I unfollowed her recently.
Which girl was it? The one that was waxing him off?
Nah, she wasn't talking, but she was up there as a speaker. This one right here, Feats. I'm pretty sure this is a chick from Atlanta.
Zoom in and I can't see nothing.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure this is a chick from Atlanta. I don't know. Right here.
I don't even think you can zoom in.
Yeah,
I'll look at it later. But
yeah, I'll try to find her thing online.
Y'all went to a Do-Rag Fest?
Shout out to Head Graphics, yeah. He went viral. He was on CNN.
Yeah, I remember that.
He did a Do-Rag Fest in Charlotte. It was
I hated how that shit turned out.
It was international. He made it to CNN and all that. Then
I didn't even realize it was happening here. I thought it was just happening somewhere.
His official first one was here in Raleigh in like one of these parks over here.
Yeah.
Then the second one was
Titty Boy was there
in Charlotte.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then the third one was in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was all great, man. But let me clarify for people who might have heard what I said. I hated how they tried to do him.
Yeah, somebody stole the brand. Somebody stole the concept. Trademarked it and all that shit. Lawsuit, all that.
Dang.
Yeah, it's an interview. If you just type in,
men can't have shit.
If you type in the 30 podcast Do-Rag Fest, you can watch it. We did a whole interview with the creators on the channel years ago. Yeah, we got it. You want the full story?
I want the scoop.
Yeah.
You want real media from black men.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
That's crazy. But
unfortunate.
This live, once I heard her say low vibrations, I was like, ugh, what is this nigga doing?
That's why I was
Clubhouse?
laughing, because you put your head back like that.
Yeah, like what is this? I hate Clubhouse. Look, I don't like that shit, bro. I don't want to be on no niggas Clubhouse, bro.
I can't believe it's still happening.
Me neither, bro. And I remember, and I'm surprised he's on Clubhouse with his amp deal too.
Yeah, I wonder if this is amp or Clubhouse. I don't know.
That's definitely Clubhouse. That is a Clubhouse layout, I think.
Well, I thought it was Twitter.
Actually, that might be a Twitter space.
Twitter space.
Yeah.
And who are the two people that get command over? Whoa, the three people that get command over all the other people. Why do they have check marks?
The host.
Like, who are these people?
They paid for the subscription.
Oh yeah, they pay for their verification.
Oh, that's just people who pay for it.
Yeah,
I thought those are people who have seniority in this Twitter space.
Nah, but the titles, the titles underneath the profile
No.
pictures are what they are. The host is right there, co-host, and everybody else is
Yeah.
speaking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even-
It's their room pretty much or whatever. Okay. But I don't want to shit on it too much.
Why not?
What this is?
I don't like that layout, that platform. Like, I don't like Twitter Spaces. I don't like fucking Clubhouse.
Fuck it all.
Yeah.
I'd
rather Skype a nigga.
And then I hate that like niggas be on there like. It's like I don't want to say these niggas are having the dumbest conversations in the world.
A lot of times.
But it's like niggas are on there like they're at City Hall talking about what the future of our neighborhood is.
Like they're doing local legislation.
Yes, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that they're doing like legislative like level of fucking
Thought.
communication and thought.
But chilling on their bed. Like, nigga, you gotta
They whack 100 in it. You know what I'm saying? Cheeks out on the fucking.
Nigga talking with morning breath.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like really getting people like go ahead, tell them come to the room, jumping people. You know what I'm saying? Like hitting them with snitch allegations. It's like
what is this?
The whole thing is like, what is this shit? And it's like
it's like listening to a Sully conversation.
And what's weird is I've never heard like of teenagers beefing. It's only grown men.
It's only the old heads.
It's only grown men
on
these spaces.
That's because I guess the teens are on.
They just not talking.
They're
like
on Instagram Live.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That.
Like, I just don't fuck with them Twitter spaces, bro. I'm not learning nothing from them. It's just like Clubhouse. I did it in the very beginning, I was like, I don't like this
because it was being marketed as it's going to be business oriented.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be niggas. It's going to be stock spaces.
That is the one thing that we gotta get
into.
We gotta get chicks. We gotta get chicks to call in because that is one of my chicks. Based off what I've heard, came from Clubhouse era. When it first came, because I always thought Clubhouse has done nothing for anybody. Like that's
except Whack 100.
It's some
except
people.
Whack 100, but like outside of him, I genuinely believe. But we knew Whack 100 before Clubhouse too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But I'm like.
But it still served him.
It was making connections for people.
But apparently. I was just
some people.
Every time I heard a Clubhouse conversation, it was a recording of what Whack did.
Yeah, and on top of that, niggas used to talk about the connections they make all the time.
Yeah, they say they make
but
connections on there.
Everybody,
I know a lot of people who said they made connections and their lives have not changed. You know what I'm saying? Like
I heard that word in the interview today. Connection, nigga. It's a whole everybody connecting.
It's a facade.
Yeah, nigga.
It's like like, are we networking for real? Or are we networking? Like, are we saying it or are we actually doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's just. But apparently,
I love a fake network.
Yeah, but apparently, Chigs is like a fucking Clubhouse.
Rushmore.
Like,
He's on.
I think so in terms of the media making media out of Clubhouse content. I think that's where he come from. That's what somebody said.
It's like DC Young Fly being like a Vine nigga.
Right, yeah.
Like being like an original in the space that turned him up.
Yeah, so I'm really whenever we talk to him or interview him, like that's my first question. I hope he actually did come from Clubhouse and what I heard was true. And I need to hear I need to hear this. I need to hear that story because
he could probably
in
reel
my
off
mind,
mad names.
Nothing comes off. Nothing comes from fucking Clubhouse.
Yeah, he could probably reel off all the niggas that came from Clubhouse too.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All the OGs that came from Clubhouse.
Is there anybody that I'm watching now that really came from Clubhouse and got they stardom in Clubhouse?
Probably not.
Probably not though. Honestly, bro.
Clubhouse didn't make stars.
Nigga, Whack 100 is like polarizing on there. And he's still trying to push the same group of niggas, and we don't care about none of them.
Yeah, dog.
Yes, they suck. They suck. They might be great on Clubhouse. That shit does not translate to podcasts. It don't translate to YouTube. It don't translate to fucking nothing, bro.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's not a translation thing. It doesn't seem to go anywhere from
the translation from Clubhouse to.
It translates to walkie-talkies for sure.
Yeah, like if Nextel chirps were fucking popping, and we can record those conversations. Like these niggas would be like everybody in Clubhouse has a chirp for sure. And fuck that shit. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
All of your chirps individually.
Why are we doing that shit, dog?
Yeah,
Chicks came in and said these niggas giving up all these goddamn free content, screen record, YouTube.
I was about to say, man,
it's goddamn G.
This is interesting though. I didn't know this many people are invested enough to click on a Twitter space. Like that's crazy.
I see Twitter spaces all the time, and I'm thinking, why the fuck would I want to go in there?
Like
that's
I don't care to hear anybody that much.
Bro. Why do we keep calling it Twitter still? Like, is this rebrand not sticking?
It ain't sticking for me. But now that you say that, you're right. I haven't even attempted to switch it for X yet.
If you do it for comedic purposes,
pretty much, yeah.
I mean, it's probably some niggas who still call Spectrum Time Warner, you know, saying shit like that.
That's true, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
I didn't even know. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Shit, you know when you
still call it HBO Max. This is Max now.
It's just Max. Yeah, facts. But honestly, that's it, though. That's it for this week. I mean, I don't have anything else. Make sure y'all get up on that Patreon.
Please do. We got some new stuff coming.
Subscribe. Yeah, we got new content coming. I say every week that I'm going to do it. I'll just be getting so tired. But it's not that bad timing-wise right now. So I'm going to try to put like a little piece of the Patreon in the show, like as a little tester.
Like how TV do.
I'm going to put it as part of the Sizzle reel.
You got to test the numbers.
Yeah, I want to put it as part of the Sizzle reel so people know this part is from the Patreon, the pre-show.
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Just so people know. Yeah.
what kind of is going on over there?
Man, we got some.
But shout out to the people who bought in and never heard a fucking snippet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
true.
Yeah.
most people bought in and never heard a snippet, but I accidentally fucked up that one time.
Yeah.
And I did let that one pre-show go live, and it got like 100 views. So there's 100 of y'all that got a taste of what the pre-show is.
It's not gonna happen again. Nigga.
Yeah, it's not. That was just a mistake, and I fucked up.
And the pre-show is gonna keep getting better too. So y'all got
Exactly.
yeah.
But you know,
shout out to everybody who's here for the infantile stage.
Yeah, shout out to everybody because y'all could have made bad investments.
Yeah.
Y'all almost made bad investments, but you know, we worked it out. You know, we got together. You know, played the game for y'all. You know what I mean? For all intents and
It's
purposes.
definitely time to do it again because that was really a warm up. We didn't have enough time.
That was a warm up.
I have to wait until I'm fully healed.
Oh,
of course,
yeah. But
and that gives that's perfect.
That's perfect.
That's perfect.
Because I need to train again and get everything back.
You have to heal, then train again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Damn, nigga,
because you was going through a growth phase already, like with your.
You're on like a redemption arc right now.
It's kind of fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Lord is on the hero's journey.
Yeah, he's on the hero's journey in terms of basketball.
If I was smart, I would have been documenting this from the beginning.
Y'all remember?
I
When,
woke up after this. If that was smart, I'd have been vlogging this bitch from the beginning.
When Lauren was taking pictures, it reminded me of when Peter Parker fell off that building. He lost his powers. And just for weeks, the nigga was just
yeah.
That nigga saw me struggling.
Yeah,
but you know,
dog.
Lauren gonna get his powers back. He gonna be in full form.
Yeah,
Trust me, y'all.
It's not gonna be enough, but it's gonna be okay for everybody.
Hey, you know, that's
we're playing tomorrow. I have to see. I got to figure out what tone is it. Just the speed, or am I just not play? Can I play him at my pace? And
y'all
slow
hoping
him
tomorrow?
down?
It's
not
not
low
low
enough.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a speed thing. It's a speed
I just
thing.
got to get a little bit quicker. That's
a
all.
little bit quicker, nigga. You know what I mean?
A lot of bit quicker, but it's all right. It's a
lot of bit
long
quicker.
journey.
It is a lot of bit
Everybody's
quicker.
on a hero's journey.
You're a big guy though, so it's not even like
It's not like I'm supposed to be fucking astronomically
if you was
fast
that
anyway.
fast, then it's like why even play? Like, nigga,
Yeah, that wouldn't be fair. You be Shaquille O'Neal.
yeah,
it wouldn't be fair. Yeah, that's
what are we
true.
talking
You
about?
win every time.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, everything.
I was about to say, do your due diligence. You know, have a good week. Watch LOI tomorrow if you haven't already. Watch
Facts.
Three Oak. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Do your homework. But yeah, beautiful episode, man. It's been beautiful. J Nobles,
LL Cool J.
AJ the Menace.
white man behind the boards.
Yeah.
We out.